What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to a 5-round tournament. So tonight's going to be a little bit deeper. I've kind of felt like a lot of our SFTs were much slow, not slower, but quicker than they should be. We're, finishing in 3 hours, 2.5 hours. I was like, we need some more action. So we're going to be adding an extra round tonight, which is going to make it a little bit better in terms of the final cut and also be longer as well. So we're going to be playing Chaos Dwarves. So one sec, I just need to do one admin thing here real quick. So let me check this out. And where are we at? So that's fine. Let me get the maps all squared away here. And then we're going to be on either Altar of the Champion or Crystal Lake. We'll play Lake. Okay, so we're going to play Crystal Lake is going to be the map. Okay, so it's going to be Chaos Dwarves versus Ogre Kingdoms. Now, this used to be very, very favored for Ogres, but I don't know what it's like anymore. We're going to have to see how this one cooks. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, so one sec, guys. Just doing a little bit of admin stuff here. Okay, so we're going to do this. Solanius. So tournament, 5-round. Okay, Solanius. All right, let's select this. Should be saved there. Yeah, Chaos Dwarves are pretty good, I think. But I don't know, Ogres do feel like one of the strongest factions in the game. So we're going to see how this goes. I think Ogres are definitely stronger than Dwarfs. I think they're a top 3 faction. Not to say we can't win, though. That's for damn sure, right? We still have a decent chance. So sorry, guys, just doing some admin stuff. Trying to get somebody added to the tournament after the fact. The maps change every round. So basically how it works is every single round has 3 maps assigned to it, okay? And then between the 2 players, you do a pick and ban process to ban the map. Like each of you gets to ban 1 map, and then you play on the remaining map. So it gives you a little bit of agency over the... Okay, Solanius there. So let me do this and do that. All right. Okay. Go play nerd. He's the dude with the 5-round. Okay. So I think I managed to get this homie added to the tournament here. So we're going to do Solanius. There we go. Let's get that. And boom. So Ogres lose this game, and today anything is possible. But the question is, Anticity, was it an even matchup? Was it 2 equally skilled players? I assume so, because if you were casting a match, it means you didn't make the finals, and you were probably casting the finals, because you're going to be, playing in your own event. So it must have been an equal matchup there. Hey, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. All right, so that should be good, and we are all set. I finally figured out how to work our website so we can add people after the fact, which is nice if you have a buy round. Is your name inspired by Turin from Lord of the Rings? No, it's Northern Italy. Yeah, my ancestors came from Northern Italy. All right, so we are here, and now time to start working on my own build here. Let's get our little army blocker up, so give me 1 second here. Charix versus Berserk. Yeah, hey, man, that's legit. Charix versus Berserk is no joke. Okay. There we go. Evil Chaos Dwarf schemes. So what is he going to bring? I don't know. I don't know what sort of... Probably a lot of Nobblars, I would wager. Are going to be the jam. I think we want Hobgoblin Skirmishers. Seem like they're going to provide a lot of utility. This could honestly be a matchup for the dreaded Bolt Thrower. Could be a situation where bringing like 1 or 2 Bolt Throwers. Every time I bring Bolt Throwers, I'm just horribly disappointed. I'm like, that thing was a friggin' piece of shit. There's always this bitterness. No, ambush battle tournaments wouldn't be fun, honestly. Yeah, I don't think it'd be fun. You'd have to really like get into the math of like how much money to give each player, and I just think it's too much effort for its worth, if you were to ask me. Yeah. Anyways, I better focus on my build here. Okay. So what artillery do they have? They have the they have the magma, not the magma, the iron blaster, which is definitely decent. Yeah, bolt throwers are always a disappointment, so I'm probably just not even going to bother with it, to be honest with you guys. All right. Cool and cool. And then we just need to get a cheap little lord here, so we're going to do this. Yeah, I think that's probably honestly the way. Does Fate of Buna have any good targets in this matchup? I always wonder if like Lord of Death is something you should consider. Like a little Buna action. All right, let's cut that. Yeah, Bolt Throwers in theory should be good against Ogres. But I just don't think they're amazing. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so 1 and 1. Let's get 2 of you guys out. We're going to max out on the Hobgoblin Riders. Okay, you were trying to load a preset armies in multiplayer, but only 9 appeared, not the whole list. Is there a new fix? That's weird. Make sure to just check the settings. Maybe you had it on like, a certain game mode. I think there's like a different toggle for the different game modes, but other than that, I'm not sure. Who wins, a Goblin Bolt Thrower or a Hobgoblin Bolt Thrower? Probably the Hobgoblins. Hobgoblins in like lore are supposed to be like a little bit stronger. than goblins and more effective and just agile and shit. So I don't know. Well, not even agile, but I would assume they would work a piece of machinery a little bit more effectively. Hobgoblin Riders, it does. It sounds kind of cool. All right, so what are we doing for our next disappearing actor? Good elite infantry. Do they have any place here? Like the Infernal Guard, for example. I mean, Iron Guts probably just bash them, so no, I don't think that's going to be great. We're probably going to want some basic hobgoblins just for sneaky get operations. I think that's not going to be terrible. Do we want like a second magma cannon to clear out Noblars? That doesn't feel like a bad idea. Deathshrieker rocket launcher is certainly not terrible here either. Yeah, trains, pain trains I think are still necessary. I think they're just too good not to bring. Even though the ogres have a crazy amount of mass, Iron Demons still are just really, really strong. So I think you want to get those if you can. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure indoor winner. I'm not sure what's going on. I'd have to take a bit of a closer look, my friend. Okay, so we got this guy. Spirit Leech is going to be on the table, and let's cut this guy and get one more spell here. What is Buna even good against in this matchup? I feel like just the Spirit Leech is going to be a little bit better. Lore of Metal's all right. Plague of Rust can be effective. Lore of Fire. I guess Lore of Fire for clearing out the Noblars wouldn't be terrible. What would they be using, like trappers and shit? Yeah, we could try that. That might actually be more effective. Give us some crowd clearing tools because we don't have a whole lot of that. Yeah, all right. All right, I like that. So we'll do the piercing bolts and this and this. Okay, so that's going to be our starting army here. He's kind of expensive. Yeah, Deathreek is good against ogres for sure. It's definitely not terrible. If they have like a big SE like a Thunder Tusk, I'm pretty sure Thunder Tusks are banned, but they could still bring the Stonehorn Hunters. So that is something I need to be concerned about. And let's get you. We're probably going to need some more infantry, and a little bit of sneaky get action. So let's do the Hobgoblins. All right, Hobgoblin, and then, yeah, let's see. One more artillery piece probably is good. Yeah, maybe a Magma Cannon to clear out the Noblars, right? The Deathshrieker is 1,300, so a little bit out of my price range, unfortunately, I think. All right, then we can get a sneaky get here. GLHF. Maybe replace this with an Orc Labor. Yeah, let's see how this goes. No idea. Haven't played this matchup in a hot minute, so this is going to be fun. Ogres are scary though, man. They're really no joke. They're really no joke. Okay, I think the build's fine though. I think it's got the tools it needs to get the job done, assuming I don't blunder too hard. The Ogre Kingdoms. Zaytan? Yeah, Zaytan Net is kind of a fun idea. Using him with his snare to like lock something down, then shoot it. I really don't think that's a terrible idea, to be frank with you. Do Gorgers ever see play? They see a little bit of fringe play, but Gorgers are a bit of a weird unit. People do use them though. I've seen a couple high-level tournaments in the past couple months where we've been seeing Gorgers get some love, so. Slaughtermaster, hard to snipe early. He's kind of tricky to snipe because a good player on this map, Crystal Lake, there's a lot of trees and line of sight blocking pillars. So trying to get a snipe on him is going to be incredibly difficult. Yeah, in my humble opinion. Yeah, Zaytan's net also has a really short duration, so I'm not like super hyped about it, you know? Okay, he's taking a moment to adjust his build, so I'm probably going to do this, and then we're going to get into one of these. Yeah, that's better. That's a much cleaner build. All right, what's it going to be? What is it going to be? Getting pinged. Everybody should be in their rounds right now. Attack speed enjoyer really doing the big think. He's got the big Ogre Kingdoms thinking going on. Okay, let me tell you. There we go. All right. Remember when Gorgers were solid bear? Yeah, dude. Oh my God, Andy. Warhammer 3's launch was pretty rough, wasn't it, man? It was. Those were some dark days. God, remember how terrible it was before we got Immortal Empires and like we had like 5 rosters or whatever the hell it was with like 8 units on them. Oh my God, what a rough, like going from like the depth of factions we had in Warhammer 2, you know, to like having that was quite an experience for sure. All right, so here we are on the Crystal Lake playing against a really strong player on probably one of the best factions in the game. I think we can get it though. I think we can get it. I believe in a thing called love. Sometimes you must listen to the rhythm of your heart. Yeah, I do remember that though. There was a Turin. Yeah, Turin bar. He's like a tragic character from the Cimmerillion, right? Yeah. Fire magic is actually not bad against ogres. Yeah, I think that burning head is good against like pigbacks and Noblar trappers, because you have to remember Noblar trappers are what, like a 500 gold unit. So if you get a burning head, it's like even more cost effective than like a state trooper, for example. Yeah, it's a standalone book. Got it. Okay, yeah, couldn't recall. The Silmarillion is not a fun read. I've read The Hobbit and the trilogy, but I've dabbled in the Silmarillion. I haven't really sat down and gone like, I've read bits and pieces, but man, it's not a fun read. The fun part about reading Silmarillion for me was just getting tidbits of Tolkien lore and like universe lore. But I don't know. That was just my opinion. The Legend of Wookiee Turnsbane. That's right. All right, so we're just going to play the open field because we're Chaos Dwarves, and that's what we do. So we're going to get you guys set up here, and get some Mighty Morphin Labran boys over this way. We got you guys back here, you guys back here. And who doesn't love Infernal Guard Fireglaves? They're just one of the coolest units in the game. So we're going to get 2 of those bad boys ready to go. And what my opponent's going to do is use the probably Blood Vultures to try and tie them down. That'd be a very strong play. But we have answers for Blood Vultures. We have Hobgoblin Riders and shit. So we just need to save them to deal with that. Do you dip your toes into Co-3? Yeah, I think we will. I don't know about Broken Arrow, but Co-3 for sure. Co-3 we're going to get back onto. And the Hell Cannon is incredibly good. That thing's just money, so. GLHF. Let's get it. Learning how much how evil he is? Yeah, of course. That's what the book is, a glued together lore book, yeah. Okay, so we got a Firecaster. Piercing Bolts is actually good against Ogre units. If they're not paying attention, you can get some big bombardments and really wreck blobs if somebody's looking away here. So yeah, we're going to move up. We're going to get this. We're going to get you guys like so. And army is going to be Lead Belchers, Lead Belchers, and Lead Belchers. So a lot of shooting, actually, which is kind of scary. Did I bring a second artillery piece? Thankfully, I'm not a complete idiot, and I did. So that's going to be nice for us. And now we need to get you moving up as well. And we're going to call in the Death Shrieker to try and counter the Lead Belchers. Because otherwise, Lead Belchers just give us the dirty. Yeah, they just give us the dirty really, really hard. How many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he either has stuff in the woods or he has some stealth units trying to creep around the sides. We're going to go see if he's creeping right now. We need to get up and creep, get that bad boy shooting right there, and then we're going to come back here and start doing our thing. So first thing's going to be a Death Shrieker, because we need to put constant pressure on the Lead Belchers or else we're going to have a bad time. So, okay, nothing along the side of the map, which is fine. And now the boys are moving up, and we can pop this, but it gives vigor, so we want to save that, actually. And there we go. All right, Blood Vultures are coming in. You can see they're lurking. They're coming up. All right, so we got the 2 artillery pieces. Big thing is just going to be defending the artillery line. We're going to use the skirmish cab to do that. And we do have the Fireglaves, which of course can present some decent firing support. So let's do that. Hopefully he doesn't notice. First shot's going to go off right here. We're going to park like so. We could even just hang back a little bit. Let's go get you. Do this. Go single fire mode here, and now we just get our skirmish cab to harry out the vultures, and we just bombard, really. That's going to be the jam. All right, so he's going to get out of range with that one, and then we're going to move up like so, and we need to get you moving up and you moving up here. Skirmishers are just going to be, we're just going to use them on guard duty. That's basically it. We have time, right? We don't need to like rush the objectives too hard. So yeah, we're just moving up the old artillery, and we're going to follow those vultures around and make their lives hopefully a little bit difficult. In the meantime, you keep moving after you, and you're going to keep moving after this guy, although we do have a freebie right here, which is going to be nice. All right, so yep, just poking those Blood Vultures, and if they land on the ground, we just kite them back, and we can call in a Speedy Boy here to harry them. So we're going to do that, charge you guys, and then we're going to turn you guys around and attack them, and hopefully just get that Blood Vulture turned offline here. Rhiannon's Thunderbolt was a miss, thankfully, so he did swing and miss there, which is great. So obviously trying to snipe the artillery. Rockets getting in, and we do get that Blood Vulture offline, which is pretty big. So out of the gates, the initial engagements are going quite well for us, I would say. All right, so that Blood Vulture is going to be taken to Pound Town. That's nice for us. So let's get back in the front, and we're just going to advance up. Get you guys up on the point like so. You guys up on the point like so. You guys out here. You guys out here. Fireglaive, and where the hell is our other Fireglaive? Okay. It's hanging out. And how are we looking here? So we're just going to have you guys hang out. We need to see if he's creeping around the side of the map. And cool. So yeah, we have the Death Shrieker on there, and yeah, you're going to shoot here. And I think trying to snipe the Lord is a little bit precarious, so we're probably not going to bother with that. We need to keep these Fireglaves very deeply set. Keep the Chaos Dwarf character right there, and then we can move up this way and hopefully cause some havoc. You're going to be deep set there, and the Death Shriekers need to do their thing. Yeah, we do actually get a little bit of a razzle-dazzle sniperoo on this guy, which is good. So we're going to see what we can do. All right, so move in. We're going to get you guys to start shooting here. We do have some Blood Vultures moving in as well, so we're going to go ahead and start shooting them Last Samurai style. And Rhiannon's Thunderbolt does go down. Isn't quite able to get the snipe, so that's great. And honestly, my opponent might be throwing the game right now by getting their Ogre character, like right here. We're going to see if we can get the Pickaroo on those. All right. So Fireglaves are trying to shoot. Here we're getting some good work done. Let's go ahead and just call in some boys to waddle to the middle. And the enemy lord is getting it pretty good. So unfortunately, I wasn't like super on point with this, but we're going to try a burning timing head. A burning head timing head. It's kind of a timing head thing, isn't it? All right, so you guys come up, and we're going to screen this counter push that's going to be coming soon. All right, so yeah, we're chasing those guys out around the side of the map. We're going to retreat you back. Hobgoblins can get in here. Hobgoblins can get in here. And our lines do kind of collapse a little bit, which is scary. So we're going to chase here and here and get the artillery now to start going after the enemy lord. If we can at least pick him off, that's going to be a big leadership setback, which is going to be great. Let's get you in there. The artillery piece needs to keep moving, and let's get you guys to keep going after those blood vultures on the periphery of the map. So far, the Uran and Thunderbolt hasn't been super effective here. We're going to do a little burning head right here on these guys and try and nail them down. In the meantime, let's get the Hobgoblins to charge up, get on those Noblars, get these warriors here, and use these guys as like a deep reserve piece. All right, so those guys are getting worn off the map, and the cannon can switch on to the Lead Belchers there, and then this cannon, the Deathstreaker, is going to need to, oh yeah, just keep trying to snipe his lord, really. I think that's going to be fine. All right, so get those Pigback Riders. Oh, those are Pigback Riders, actually. Yeah, that's a little bit scary. All right, so the Dwarves are in there. Let's pull you back like so, and pull these Skirmishers back, and then you're camping this, and we're going to see where those homies are going to be landing. Let's shoot these guys and wait to see where they're going to go. I think he's going to land on top of that, so we just need to charge right now. No, we're just waiting. And you, buddy, can go and get in melee and hopefully tie some of this shit down. A little bit of shooting coming in. Let's see if we can DACA these guys. And yeah, we do probably lose that artillery piece, I'm thinking, but thankfully the Deathstreaker is still very much online, so that's good. Let's do this. We have burning heads. We can do a burning head back here, try and wear these guys down. And all right. So maybe we can stabilize this. I'm not sure. It's going to be a little bit messy. We do manage to keep the Deathstreaker online. And I'm pretty sure his lord is just straight up cooked. I think we got him off the battlefield, so that is nice. All right, so on the side point, we're holding here. Do we have anything big we want to call in? Probably getting some Bull Centaur Renders would be pretty good at this point. So we're going to call in Bull Centaur Renders, get them up this way. Deathstreaker is still going strong. The core here is doing good, so let's go see if we can tie down some of these Lead Belchers right now and get away. If we can get a couple of these Lead Belchers offline, that's going to be fat. You know, that'll be really, really good real estate. All right, moving up here. And the Sorcerer Prophet character is going to do a Piercing Bolts on these guys. And we do manage to get in melee with a couple of the Lead Belcher boys. That one's going to get taken offline most likely, I would suspect. And here comes the Bull Centaurs. All right, let's do this. We have you guys waiting in the wings, so let's get on those Noblars, free those bad boys up, and hope for the best. All right, so here comes the counter push to an extent. The Piercing Bolts did not do great damage. Do we have anything to get back on this? So no, we're going to unsummon it. And the Chorf Warriors can come back here. So we're falling pretty far behind in value right now. Definitely not going great. We need to get in melee right now. Yeah, all right, so move in. We're going to do this. We do get the cute little unsummon right there, and let's get the Sorcerer boys to move over there. So the Deathstreaker, we do have his lord killed, right? But like a lot of the rest of our army is just having a really rough time. That's kind of been the crux of it here, hasn't it? All right, no Vanguard units that are going to be really good. We'll call in an Iron Demon to roll up and try and stabilize this. Lead Belchers, let's go get on top of the Powder Guts Man-Eaters, and here we're going to do a little burning head on those guys. So hopefully the big boys can get on top of those. And the Iron Demon is going to come in, maybe be able to stabilize this thing, but I seriously doubt it. All right, so we do get on top of the Man-Eaters. We are getting a good pounding on them right there. Have a couple infantry units still pushing well, and mobility pieces can chase. We can chase here. You guys chase there. Let's get a little bit of shooting going down on those guys. And the Iron Demon, of course, was able to get a rout on these guys, but is it going to be enough? Yeah, so we do fold up their position here. You know, with the Lord Snipe being on the table, maybe we can do something here. Maybe. All right, so let's get the Sorcerer Prophet to move on to these guys. And do I have any mobility to call in? Not at the moment. No, feels bad, man. Feels bad, so sad. There is a chance that some of those guys will come back. Let's blast here, and let's get some Skirmishers to come up. And, you know, we just need something to close the distance here. The Bull Centaur Renders are doing the work of the gods, though, but Meat Feast is such a disgusting ability. It's so freaking good. All right, I do feel like we're not, like, out of this game. Like, the Ogre army's looking really bare bones on the battlefield. Like very, very raggedy, and we are able to get some good pressure on these guys, right? So let's keep chasing here. Iron Demon can come in and help. We're going to use the all hands on deck here, and I think on the outside, what do we call in? Did we just call in some Chorf Warriors to move up? I think so. All right, so you guys move up there. We have some Wolf Riders. We need to unsummon them a little bit. Hopefully we can get these damn Powder Guts offline. Let's keep chasing the Lead Belchers. And yeah, there's a lot of mischief coming in. There is. All right, let's charge these Blood Vultures, see if we can help against them. Would love to have some more mobility here, so let's get some more mobility as soon as we can. Get those guys up, and yeah, they're going to go move up there. All right, so, ooh, look at that. We actually may be able to get this thing back. No, it's gone. Okay. So this fight's messy. We do get into combat with these Sky Striders. The Iron Demon, I'm hoping, is going to get some work done here. We do have a Burning Head. Piercing bolts could be used too. I don't know how much damage that's actually doing here, but we're going to try it out and see if we can get some value from that. Some value city. All right, so we do manage to stabilize this, which is great. So now you and you need to flee, and hopefully those a little bit of shooting comes back online here in a moment. And we do get the piercing bolts. I think it did some okay damage. It's a little bit hard to tell, to be honest, but we are starting to get this objective back. So let's get you and you to chase here, and then on the outside, we're going to want some mobility to come and run these guys down there. So let's go get on this. You guys run up there, and we do our best. All right, so I have mobility pieces. The characters are trying. Yeah, I could send the hobgoblins in here. Those are what, pigback riders? Those are just basic noblars. Okay. So they are just the basic noblars. We're going to move in there and run them down, and then you're going to come across and charge that. Hopefully get you over there as well. So it's charge, 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 and charge, charge, charge as well. And we're going to want to call in another mobility piece out here. So this is a strangely close game. Like sometimes the value tracker is just so whack, you know, it doesn't really always show you the most accurate details there. But we're going to see if we can win that brick fight. That's going to be pretty huge. And maybe have an opportunity of stealing this objective. These Bull Centaur renders are just going straight Giga Chad. They're doing such good work. It's pretty insane. All right, let's shoot here. These are going to be Blood Vultures. Those are not Pigback Riders. These are the Piggyback Knights, which feels bad. So Sorcerer Prophet keeps going. And here, ooh, I don't know if we can take those guys, man. I don't know if we can take those guys. So we're going to move across this way, and we do manage to harry these down. So let's go charge here. Do we have enough for Burning Head? We do soon. So we're going to run away from these guys. Let the Bull Centaur renders turn and fight. Let the boy watch. A couple gun units are back online here. And we do manage to run down quite a few units. All right, so those guys get run down. Let's go steal that objective right now to give us a little bit of time. And this one is going to flip to us in a second. Yeah, it should. All right, great. So we're still in this game. We're still in it, strangely enough. And we need to get these Pigback Riders offline and bunker bust them real quick with the train. That's going to be very good. Steal that one. Chaos Dwarf Warriors are waddling up to the point there. We do get this, so let's get the Pain Train going down that way. And those guys should be taken offline now, which is going to be outstanding. So next up, what do we call in? He has a lot in my backfield, so it's going to be hard to hold a lot of this. But we do manage to get the objectives. So we're going to waddle down this way, make sure we hold that. Pigback Riders are doing it. And the Chowie Warriors here are doing good. Those are Pigback Riders, so we're going to waddle you guys this way. We're going to just send the Pain Train to literally the other side of the map and hope for the best. So let's call in the Fire Glaives. Let's just kind of keep waddling up and getting them going. Train is just going to run all the way across the map here. These are just basic. Oh, no, those are Pigback Riders. Okay, we don't want any of that smoke. All right, so you guys get back. And we are able to hold them at bay here. So let's get to the middle. Perfect, perfect. And that is the Lord. Yeah, sniping his Lord early was pretty big. And if we could just like get him to run to the other side of the map while we catch up on points, that's going to be freaking huge and a half, right? All right, so waddle up here. Let's get those guns in position. And do we have enough for, yeah, maybe just shoot with the bows here and then get you guys in there. You guys run this shit down. And it looks like there is going to be some sneaky gets coming in. So let's do that. Do I have any speedy boys around? I do not. Okay, feels bad. Feels bad, so sad. All right, Pigbacks. How are we looking? Yeah, the train is going to run to the absolute corner of the map and be a meme the entire time. Going to move you guys up. And probably another Bull Centaur render is what we're going to need. I think that's going to be pretty huge. All right, so back this way. Those Pigback Riders are still very, very strong. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat them. Again, we have our skirmishers here. So let's go charge these guys, get them offline. Yeah, I don't know. He's getting a little bit of momentum back. Thankfully, his like 2,000 gold unit is just off in La La Land here and not really doing much. So that's good. Let's get you coming in. Charge these guys down. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Let's go see if we can run these guys down before they cause any havoc here. Let's let these Chorf Warriors fight it out. And we do have a bit of a second wind coming in here. So we got these guys moving up and some guns coming as well. So yeah, we'll see if we can get there in time. I doubt it, but we're going to try our best. These Chorf Warriors are holding. We do have the Burning Head, so we're going to go ahead and do... Right, it's going to hit our units too, but I think it'll be a little bit better with both of those. And yeah, still have the outside too. That's nice. And we got these mobile units, so let's get them over here. You guys move up on that point. The Burning Head cooked those guys off. Sorcerer Prophet is Giga Chatting it pretty freaking hard. And yeah, would a Bull Centaur render be the correct play? I don't know. He's got a lot of the Saber Tusk packs out. I suppose it would be. All right, so they're going to stabilize this point. That's going to be huge. And then we're going to come in and start shooting these guys, and then maybe park you guys here. We do see a little bit of theft opportunity for my opponent on the outside there, and my Lord is hanging on like a champ. Hobgoblins probably pull back, honestly. Just let the shooting feast. Let the big elite Chorf infantry kind of do their thing. All right, so that point's going to be stabilized for us. This one's going to be taken, and I think I need like a Bull Centaur. Honestly, I really do. All right, we're going to retreat back. Call it a Bull Centaur render here in a moment. Although I could just go like Chorf Warrior Overload and just try and like stomp on those objectives basically. All right, so they're holding. We see he's kind of forgot about a unit back there. That's kind of the purpose of like running back there in general, so that homie would forget about it a little bit, which is nice. All right, so let's turn you guys around. Let's get you guys on the Saber Tusk pack. And those are pigback riders. Okay, so this is going to be a menace. This dwarf has been an absolute raid boss, though, and a half. All right, let's pull you up. Let's do this. Do I win on just one? No, I do not. I lose on just one here, so that feels bad. That feels not good. All right, pigback riders and company. Yeah, he's tar pitted here. I think we're cooked. Yeah, I think we're cooked. Let the Nurglings feast. Unfortunately, they're not feasting too hard right now. You know, my opponent is in more of the feasting position, I would say. But we're trying, you know, we're trying here. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt, whatever the hell that is. We just took too much of a value deficit early on, I think. We might be able to steal this top objective here, so maybe we can work some magic there. I don't know, though, man. The Sorcerer Prophet needs to waddle up there, too. And then I think we're going to have to go for, like, a ninja on that point and just hope we can get it real quick. Yeah, we're going to have to play the mobility on the objectives, because this one's going to fold pretty quick. Granted, he doesn't have a lot of capture weight there, so maybe we're okay for a minute. Calling in the Fireglaive was a mistake. That was a mistake, I think. Yeah, it was a mistake and a half. All right, so up and up and up. So we will probably get that point, but I don't think we'll win. Yeah, he's getting that one. Anything else coming in that's mobile? Not really, but let's get up on the point here. Perfect, perfect. Get the Sorcerer Prophet over there, and we're going to charge into these. And he's flipping this one. Unless he blunders and runs off that point, I think we're just cooked. But we are going to get it, obviously, right? The Fire Prophet, how did he do? He got 1,400 value this game, so really not bad. And now what we need to do is get you around and go sit on the point and just try and keep him from capping it while we flip this one. That's basically all we can do here. Leadbelcher shooting is doing good. Yeah, close game for sure, but I think he's got it. Ogres are really hard to beat, man. They're very strong. Oh, those guys are getting their clocks cleaned. We are down in value. We are up on points, but not for long. Looks like here, the Bull Centaurs are going to be our MVP, so we're going to pull back onto the point. Sniping his Lord early on was really big, so we're just trying to be annoying here. Those are pigback riders. Yeah, let's just go here and go here. Yeah, just keep running. And we do manage to get the high ground point here, I think. Yeah, we do. All right, great. So that's going to go to us. It should. Yep, cool. And the skirmishers down here are just going to keep running about. And we still have that objective, which is kind of cute, but he's only 50 points behind us right now, so that's a problem. And we do have some mobility we can call in. You know, just do a little bit of hobgoblin attacks here on the saber tusk packs. We can call you guys up there to try and help out a little bit, but I don't know if they're going to be able to hold. A couple more units. Pigback Riders are kind of wrecking me. They're still a very good unit. More balanced now, but they still don't have a knockdown animation, so that makes them really raid boss. Okay, so keep running, keep running. Oh boy. Fireglaives are really good, actually, Indy. They're very strong. Just, I think Ogres, they're a little risky against Ogres ever since they got Blood Vultures. That kind of changed the paradigm of that one. All right, so the mobility's coming, and we're kind of dancing around the objectives here. Is there any way we can get a point back in time? I don't think so. We're going to call all you guys down here. At least my Lord is still alive. You know, that's the one thing we have going for us. He's a champ. He's been going strong. Those Leadbelchers are pretty giga chad. We need to go shut those things down like right now. So we're going to run that way. He has that like big expensive unit on the field, which is tough. I think I just save up for 3 units and we try and ninja cap this outside objective. That's like our only play here, really. All right, so the Sorcerer Prophet's trying. He's got a lot of units coming over here. Fireglaives are going. And we have enough for 2 units here? We do. So 1 and 2. So we're just going to try a big overload on that objective. And that's our only chance. If we can ninja that shit, then maybe. Because he's going to get this one pretty quickly here. I need to get my characters back on it. You can see his Lord's actually dying to my Bull Centaurs, but I don't think it's going to be enough. All right, so Sorcerer Prophet Man is over there. We do get the capture weight going here on this objective. These are all expendable units, so we should have the capture weight advantage for sure. These are all just regular Noblars, but I don't think we can hold the top long enough to have a chance here. Yeah, it looks like my Sorcerer Prophet is getting bullied off that point. He's having a sad time. But, you know, that's the way you do it. The turn... No, we didn't run Astrogoth. We ran just the Sorcerer Prophet. I think the Lord choice was a bit of a weak point in my build. I could be wrong, but very close game, actually. Very close game. All right, let's get you in here. Get you to the middle here. Run you out this way. Sorcerer Prophet Man comes under, and we do a little bit of a little try and ninja attempt there. This objective does go to us. We're going to charge you guys. But not quick enough. GG, well played. Really good match. Really, really good match, man. Strong opponent round 1, but, you know, we can still win our next 4 games and get to the finals. GG, dog. Well played. Ogres still seem strong as ever. They're an S tier faction, man. They're really strong. Okay, report score. What would I have changed in the build? You know, interestingly enough, the Soul Damnation was the weak link. The Death Shrieker was really good. The Leadbelcher shooting didn't do much, actually. We kind of shut it down, although one of them really feasted. The one that we weren't able to... yeah, we weren't quite able to get it down. Pigbacks were effective. Fireglaives were kind of okay. 800 and 853, but I think one of them got summoned twice. The Bull Centaurs were the Giga Chads. I think we needed to lean more into them. and cut the. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to work on our guide here. Essentially, we're going to work on our build guide. So do we want Final Transmutation against ogres? Probably not. So I think just going Spirit Leech is going to be the way. We can cut this, keep them on foot, cut you out of the gates, get a Death Reeker. I think is going to be fine. The Fireglaves, I think maybe just one Fireglaive is fine. It's a lot easier to protect one Fireglaive, right? And that's going to give us a much wider front line, which is going to be nice. But we have to respect the artillery shooting. So we're going to work on that. Okay. And let's see how we're looking in the round. Total War streams back to back. You guys know you love it, man. Hey, Morgie, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you, boss. We got one game still to go in the round. Oh, Gojira's playing tonight, the Dreadlord. Let's freaking go. Goji, big man. So this will be fun. This will be a good learning lesson for all of us. As we win matches, we'll come up with builds, and I'll start putting them together for like a build guide. But I think, yeah, we had too much to protect. 2 artillery and 2 expensive guns against a really fast mobile faction like Ogres is hard. So I think I dislike that. Wider front line for sure. The Dwarf Warriors actually held pretty well. Do we want a Taruk? I don't think so. Although a Taruk could be very annoying for diving into his backfield, but I think it's not really my style. Iron Demon didn't feel particularly good. So I think we can cut the Iron Demon here. Bolt Thrower is not too much. Joshua, I don't know. We'll find out, brother. We'll find out. Could I Destroyer? Oh god, no, don't. Why would you? Do you just want me to lose? Do you want me to lose all my matches? Because that's how you lose all your matches. You pick a Could I Destroyer. So double Death Reeker I think is viable. I think having 1 in reserve is good. The Cutthroats are alright. They're not great, but you know, if you need capture weight like fast, they can get up there and do it. Okay. So we definitely want a 4th one of these guys. I always felt like I was wanting more of them. And then we got 1,200 left. We could do like a Lamassu to just be annoying and go silence and like chase around their lord, their wizard, and also can dive on things. You know, I don't hate that Lamassu pick, like X Factor, because it can chase around a caster lord and just fly overhead and silence them. And it also can fight against like lead belchers and has super high melee defense for a monster. I think that's kind of a gangster play, guys. I think it's pretty good. All right, so aside from this, maybe one more Hobgoblin. So I think we'll cut you, and we're going to get Oglacon's boys. Yeah, Oglacon's boys are pretty good. They imbue fire weakness, which is really synergistic with the other skirmishers. So I think that's a pretty good play. Oh, no, the 6 artillery build is a meme. It won't work against ogres. Any good ogre player worth their salt is just going to shit on you. All right, I think this adjustment is good. The other artillery piece was a little bit too easy to shut down, so... He almost threw the game early, too. Like, he let his lord die very early, but he was out value trading me elsewhere. So that's going to be Chorfs versus Ogre Kingdoms. Okay. Yeah. I do have some other Chorf builds, actually, that are pretty good. Yeah, so we have Chorfs versus Skaven. We have Chorfs versus Warriors of Chaos. I have a full Nurgle guide, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'll do an SFT with Greenskins. I'm not very good at them, but I'm happy to try it. Is the fire weakness the only unique feature of the Oglacon's boys? Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, so they have the fire, the weakness, and they have this pelt ability. So nearby enemy units that are broken get a speed debuff of 75%. And they have really good melee stats, 34, 34, and 28, compared to 18, 18, 24. So their melee stats are pretty good. Yeah. So kind of a fun idea, but I like this direction. I think it's pretty good. I think Chorfs are a solid like B tier faction. I think Chorfs are like an A- B tier faction. Ogres are an S tier faction, I think. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of ogres this weekend during the championship on the 5th for Shizzle. And are we ready for the next round? We are. Great. So let's refresh this, and we're going to go to the next round. Thank you, Ant. Appreciate it, man. How'd your game go? Who are you playing tonight? Playing a little bit of Zinch. Okay, so advance the Swiss. This is a 5-rounder, by the way. You don't even own Chowie. Chowie are great, dude. They're so fun to play. All right, so we got the dreaded Jesse James here. So let's do this, and T2. Do this. All right, and fire it up here. We're going to get the old Jesse James in here. The Jesse James. Yo, go look, have fun. And let me announce to the Goblins that round 2 is live. All right, awesome. Thank you guys for joining tonight. It's going to be fun. Goblins round 2 is live. All right, round 2's up. Hey, pair character flying in the air with a red cape and a smile. I think, that's funny, Josh. Yeah, so I saw it on like the transcription tool and it says pair character flying around. Okay, that's hilarious. Thank you for the $10, man. Thank you for contributing to the glorious prize pool. Oh, you and Charks are scheming Zinch, eh? That's fun. I like it. All right, so we got Jesse James here. Let's do our map pick and bans. Yes, yes. Okay, so where's that for round 2? So really, really good game out of the gates, though, man. Attack speed enjoyer is a beast. He has really good micro. Really, really good micro. Okay, so we got our maps here. And I don't know what he's playing yet. What's cool about a 5-round tournament, too, is it gives us more room to kind of explore weird builds. Okay, so he bans first. You first. Chorfs for me, you. Are we playing elves right now? Yeah, Chaos Dwarves have a great campaign, and they also are very, very good in multiplayer, too. All right, so we got high elves here. We need to figure out what the map's going to be. High elves just don't like artillery. That's like the name of the game for them. They hate artillery. But, you know, they have plenty of ways of sneaking back there and causing some havoc, so we'll see what's going to happen. What is it going to be? He's a scheming. So Dunes of Cain are banned. We will play on... Norskin Rise has like an open field, but Ekrend also has some funny business. We will play on... Do we want to play Ekrend? Yeah. Let's do Gates of Ekrend. I have an off-meta idea for this. So Gates of Ekrend is a very like lane style map, but I think that could work to our benefit, maybe. I ain't sure about it, but we got some cool schemes. So let's try this. Okay, and then for our next Disappearing Act, we're going to get you. So against High Elves, yeah, I know what magic we need to do against High Elves. It's pretty straightforward here. Yeah, trains are... Hobo, absolutely, dude, absolutely. Yeah, they're very good here. Among other things. There's quite a bit you can do with Chorfs in this matchup. The Dreadquake, unironically, would be kind of good here on this map. The finals are going to be starting. The top 4, which is where the stream starts, is going to be starting around... probably around, let's see. So we definitely want this, and then we're going to want this. Noon, I would say noon. Okay, and then we're going to get you and, yeah. All right, how is this going to work out? Is this going to be good, or is this just going to be jank and a half? The Sorcerer Prophet on the Bull is just such a strong fighter. Yeah. Death-Freak Rocket Launcher is always very good against High Elves, too. If they go like Dragon or Phoenix or anything, you can get quite a bit of work done that way. All right. Yeah. I don't hate this. What potential do you think? Lothern Skycutters, if they get added, that's like a unit that has the potential of just being uber broken if it's not like balanced correctly. Like when Scourge Hunters first came out, they were like pretty nuts, right? Yeah, so there's a lot to watch for here. Why is artillery so good against High Elves? It just always has been. It's really because they're bolt throwers. They can't really like do much about it other than diving it, which is, you know, not always the best answer. But in this case, they kind of have to, right? So let's get you and you. So we're gonna get 2 of these, and then I think that's probably adequate. We want any more artillery pieces? I don't think so. Okay, so not the best AP on that. This feels a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? Could put him on this bad boy. That ability kinda isn't good. Okay. Saturday tournament prize pool. I'm still working out some stuff with some folks who are looking to sponsor. And if you are interested in sponsoring this weekend's tournament, hit me up. But yeah, probably around like $500, I would guess. Somewhere in that ballpark, which is, you know, good for our niche little community. All right, so 1, 2, 4. Yeah, is that going to be enough? Is that going to do it, Pig? Will that do it? Okay. Do it. Do it. All right. It's a funky one, guys. It's a funky build, but I think it's got teeth. Can you get CA to toss in a free key for the next... Yeah, I'm sure they would, actually. I'm sure they would. Okay, looks fine, and yeah, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's got this. We're going to go ahead and get you and 3 of those, 2 of those. Could I have Fireborn are kind of an interesting idea here, but I don't think so. All right, lads, let's freaking get it. Let's get it. Let's rock. Is he going Tyrion here? He could. Tyrion's a bit of a menace, but I don't think we're incapable of fighting Tyrion. It's just, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Watch him go full Air Force. It would be pretty funny if we got sent to the pits and went 0-2 right in the beginning. HASHUT would not be pleased. He would not be pleased. All right, so what other tech do we want? Like, Taruks are kind of an interesting idea. What about, like, double Bull Centaur Taruk in this matchup to fight, like, the monsters? And I always, like, go them, and then I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Maybe they're good. I don't know, man. I don't know. Magma Cannons are, I think, decent against high elves, too. But they do have some Phys Res on their big, expensive guys. So that's a little bit dodgy, you know? You can kind of pay the troll toll with that one a little bit. Prize pool. Hey, William, thank you for the 50. Jesus, man, that's generous. Thank you, brother. All right, let's go, dude. We're going to have a fun birthday stream, too. I don't know what we should do. I want to do some sort of a special tournament on that day. I don't know. How many hours collectively do you think you put into Total War? Oh, tons. Tons of hours, AJ. Tons. I couldn't even conceptualize. I've been playing this game more or less since 2016, right? You know, when it first came out. Back in the days, man. I remember before this game. How many of the homies in here were watching the big man Heir of Carthage back in the day? Shout out to our boy Heir, man. He got me into this stuff, man. I used to just sit in my office on my lunches and stuff and just watch his battles. I used to love that. When's your birthday? July 12th. Yeah, it's coming up 10 days from now. So yeah, got some cool stuff. Got some fun stuff coming up. All right. So here's the build. We are trying something a little bit avant-garde. It is going to be one Fireglaive. So toning down what I need to protect, right? We're taking away lessons from previous games. You know, what we have learned here. So I think we can send one Dwarf Warrior over here on that side objective, maybe to try and get that. And cool, so let's do this. We're going to get you set up here. One Fireglaive is going to be very deep set. We have our Zaytan, a Deathcaster, because Death Magic is insanely good against high elves. And we got you 3 up to grab the point right away. I think maybe contesting this point is going to be a little bit smarter. Is it radio? No, you guys can hear me, right? Okay. And we have one artillery piece. It's going to be the Soul of Damnation, which is, when you play Warriors of Chaos, that's how you win games against high elves, is you use the Soul of Damnation. Dude, Heir of Carthage was the man, dude. Oh, I used to love his stuff. Yeah, that's one of my laments is I never got to do anything with him. It would have been fun to do like a cast with him. Maybe it could still be arranged. Like bring him back. Bring back Heir of Carthage. Yes. Found Total War through a show. Oh, I don't know what that is. Secret. Interesting. All right. Let's fire it off. Let's see what he's got. So we got Zoltan with his nets. So if they try and get close, we can net them down. Do some work here. Heir of Carthage and Prince of Macedon were your go-to after middle school. Yeah, it sounds like a similar story to a lot of us here. All right, so we're going to do this, and Homie's going to waddle through the trees and get ready to contest that. We do have probably a high mage, right? Yeah. It's just there to snipe my artillery. So Zoltor going invisible already, so my opponent coming in to snipe the Soul of Damnation could be tricky. So we need to just move and pay attention to this, because that character is going to pop out and get a big nasty vortex on us here. Okay, so there's a chance I lose this artillery very quickly. Magic, thank you! Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. God damn. Now the question is, can I still win even after losing this artillery piece? Because that's going to be the test of it. You see how I'm like dodging and weaving with it? My opponent used the Armor of the Stars to get the sneaky going. And we do manage to get that outside point. This guy's going to just waddle over here to secure that. We're going to pull you guys back over here. Just kind of patrolling. And we're just going to move. No Tyrion. Yeah, he's going... This is more meta, what my opponent's doing. Using the that character to do some artillery sniping. So we're going to go ahead and pop this. You see how I'm like moving nice and swift-like? I could sit and shoot, but I don't want to until my opponent comes out of invisibility. So that cloak thing lasts a long time, but we need to keep this artillery piece pushing around and being difficult for my opponent to snipe down. All right, so we're going to get some Bull Centaur renders coming up because they're awesome sauce. And did my opponent pop up on the map anywhere? No. There they are. Okay, so now we see where our opponent is. So we're going to get the Fireglaives to 0 in. Start shooting that shit. And we're going to go ahead and get you to sit in on Spearman and Spearman. All right, so if I get my opponent netted here, they're going to be cooked. And we can even take a pot shot right now. So that's why you got to have that sweaty, sweaty micro there, right? You got to really, really let the sweat flow. All right, so we're going to let the boom go. And on the outside, we see some mobility moving in. So that should be a heat-seeking missile of doom. We're going to move up like this. Looks great. Put you in control group 5. Skirmishers are going there. Looks like my opponent going to be getting some rangers on the outside there. So probably want to send in some Turf Warrior Great Weapons, although the Bull Centaurs can come here and lurk between. All right, so my opponent's sniping attempt has been thwarted. We don't need to push, actually. It's kind of stupid to push here. Yeah, let's take our skirmishers, go make sure nothing bad happens over here. Zoltor is going to go there. We're going to keep our Deathcaster here. And in the meantime, the artillery is going to keep doing its thing. I just need to keep an eye on my opponent's Harry Potter and probably call on another Bull Centaur on the other side, and then we're cooking. Yep, Reavers are heading over there as expected. So Zaytan's going to go there, and we're going to get another Bull Centaur there in a moment. So is my opponent going to move? That's the question. All right, let's just keep softening up these different spearman units. My opponent coming across now, so we're going to follow with Ziltor and see what's going on. I could pull in a pain train, which honestly is fine. So we're going to go get a pain train over there, and I can't let my opponent get close to my artillery. I cannot. So we're going to do this and just screen them out. Yeah, Zoltor, the net is like a whole nother layer of threats, right? That they need to put some respect on its name. All right, so let's get you. We're going to do this. Charge in there. We're going to use full speed ahead. Just keep kind of keeping that high elf mage in check here. We're going to send the Bull Centaurs over there to go help out too. And what did my opponent call in here? It's going to be a Great Eagle. Okay, never mind. We need to pull these guys back. Yeah, that changes the dynamic of that fight for sure. But on this point, we should be fine. Reavers will get wrecked pretty good. We see their mage. And so far, the Soul of Damnation is doing quite a bit of work. Yeah, it's cackling. So if we just maintain the status quo here, then we win, right? That's the idea. Let's get another Turf Warrior, move him up there to hold that point. And we're getting a lot of value out of the artillery piece. It's quite good. Okay, is my opponent invisible? They're not. So Zaytan needs to stay over here. Bull Centaurs need to stay there as well. And here the Pain Train is going to wreck these guys. And you can see the Turf Warriors are very resilient, actually. They're hanging in there like champs. All right, Eagle's going that way. Let's keep the Bull Centaurs back here. And it does look like there's going to be some mobility. Okay, so now we need to go like full tilt over there, because there is some scary units coming. Yeah, some scariness. All right, so let's run the Pain Train back. We're going to do this and keep the Soul of Damnation, just basically farming these units. Yeah, just keep farming them. You know, it's what's not to love, right? All right, so the train is going to run. Yes, yes. And maybe Zaytan can stay here, and we can take the Bull Centaur Renders to go fight the Fireborn. I think that's going to be fine. And then eventually what we're going to want to do is push like all 3 of these objectives. So we're probably going to get another one of you, move you up here, keep the Soul of Damnation doing this. And the Bull Centaur Renders are going to come out. So yeah, a little bit of a scary one for the Pain Train, but let's do that. Let's do that. And man, if I could only reach them with the Buna, that'd be nice. But unfortunately, they're on the other side. I'm going to try and overcast one and see what's cooking. So Zoltor is coming over. He's going to go help out. And if we can save that train, that's going to be quite good. Bolthor is online. And we can use the Sadistic Snare on those guys if we want to. Let's see how that's going to work. All right, so you guys turn and fight. You guys turn and fight, you guys turn and fight, and now we're getting attacked here pretty good. So a little bit of a sloppy lapse in micro on my part here. Feels bad, so sad, but, you know, could be worse. All right, so Zoltor is going to get in there and help out. This will lower their melee defense, too, by quite a bit. So I'm hoping that fight will just be a victory for us. That's going to be the play. All right, over here we go. Let's get you guys shooting there. Those are going to be Reavers, and the artillery can just shoot at what appears to be these guys. And it looks like a hit, but I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're okay here. I think we're chilling. All right, so how's this fight going? This is big. We need to win this one. If we can bunker bust that side open while maintaining our position here, that's going to be pretty sweet. So let's do 2 skirmishers to come out. Let's get 2 of you guys looping on around. And we do have the Fate of Buna and whatnot. I don't know how we want to do that. So let's get you moving up here, and you moving in here. And cool. So we do win this fight over here with Zoltan. He's able to get the job done, which is outstanding. And now we can continue fighting. And you're going to shoot here, and these skirmishers can just move around the side of that formation, although maybe bringing them over here to help is going to be big. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to really use any magic yet. What are those? Those are Shadow Warriors. Okay, interesting. So Shadow Warriors are coming. So let's get in the Shadow Warrior range. Let's pull you back a little bit, get the artillery shooting there. Yeah, go into these guys, and great. All right. So this fight's looking good. I really wish my mage was on freaking, you know, a mount of some sort. That would be incredibly nice, but sadly we just have to pay the price here. Zoltor is going to get afflicted by some nasty magic here, so but we do have the great weapons. I don't think there's any chance of us really dodging that, so that's not going to matter too much. You know, we could probably get on these Shadow Warriors and just run through his backfield. I think that's actually a play and a half, so let's do that and get you waddling up there. Zoltor and company doing really, really good. What can we call in back here? I think another Turf Warrior Great Weapon is going to make that really tough for my opponent to uproot. We're going to pull around and see if he can get on top of the Shadow Warriors. I mean, he's going to probably be able to call in Reavers, but let's get in the trees. Get you going here, and we need that Hell Cannon to keep shooting there. Now, the Hell Cannon's been shooting for most of the game, so even if we do lose it, yeah, we can't afford to go back here, so that's fine. So we're going to shoot you. This side is a complete route here, basically. We can get you to go back here and deal with this. You guys get back here, and these Bull Centaurs can get in the trees. And Zoltan needs to come back this way. So the artillery piece might die here. We're going to go ahead and use the speed buff to get the movement. Try and dodge that shit right now. And where's our caster? So our caster is here. We're going to just... This is really haggard, but we need to just use our magic, right? So, I think we maybe dodge it. Let's see. Oh, the plays! The plays! I think we dodged it. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's freaking go. All right, so these are skirmishers. These are just reavers, so our hobo goblins can fight them. And we do get his lord down. We dodge that shit. That's nice. And let's see if the Fireborn can be defeated there. We're going to keep you guys in position and just kind of keep moving up, keep moving and grooving. Those Fate of Buna on Rangers is not what I had on my bingo card today, but, you know, sometimes in life you gotta make hard choices. All right, so let's advance up. Calling you guys. Get another pain train coming down here to help break that position open. And Zoltan can probably win this fight, honestly. I'm happy to take this fight. So we're going to get Zoltan on here. Like, he's a combat character, you know? So I think he wins that, especially if we can get an overcasted Spirit Leech on that Lord from here. Yeah, we can. Clutch. That's very clutch. All right, so we were able to win that fight there. And the enemy Lord is cooked, so that's going to be nice. So let's get on the Archmage of Heavens. Get you guys in the trees, park the two great weapons there, and we do take down the enemy Lord. So they laughed at Zoltor for the last time. They laughed at his tall hat. They told him his hat was funny, you know, but he's here and he's pissed. All right, let's get into the trees. Skirmishers coming up. Pain Train is on the way as well. And the Fireglaves need to get back on their little high ground hill there and do their thing. Okay. So how are we looking? Yeah, Zoltan is taking on he's taking on all comers, man. He's doing work. Great Opens. Where do we want the Great Opens? Probably out here. Because the only weakness of those infantry is the fact that they could be killed by like Narnia lines or something. So yeah, we need to get back. But we're definitely in a commanding position, I would say. We're pretty cozy. We're going to move in here, get you guys in there. Yes, and you guys go back that way. Shadow Warriors are pretty good little fighters, though, too. You know, they're not slouches. Let's get the Soul of Damnation shooting into the center mass here, and we do have another Fate of Buna, so we're going to use it on the healthy one there, and then come across and do a little Razzle-Dazzle charge. The Rangers are not going to have a great time here versus the Chowie Warriors, and we have the Fireglaive, so let's use that to effectively kill that Eagle. And now the Pain Train is up on us. All right. Choo-choo, here it comes. We didn't bring the Lamasu this time. We brought the Bale Taurus because High Elves have a lot of armor, so I was like figuring that maybe we would need some armor. You know, that was kind of the play there. So the Eagle is getting shot. I could land because I don't want to fight that Eagle. It's not like cost effective. So we're going to like land here, do this, and the Pain Train is still running through all these guys. So let's get our artillery to start shooting onto the Lyrian Reavers. And the Eagle has been mowed down now. So it's wavering, it's getting it, and it does get shot. All right, great. So that's good. Move you guys up on the point, move you guys up on the point, move you up on the point here. We're looking pretty good out there, no drama whatsoever. Any unsummons we want to do? I don't think so. So we're just going to park you guys on the back of the objective for the capture weight. You guys are going to shoot here. We're going to pull in Zoltor, and Zoltor might actually want to chase... No, it chattered. Okay, so we're fine. I was going to say chasing that thing off could be pretty important here. Let's get the big Pain Train going here. Any Spirit Leeches we want to do? Not really. So we're just going to save it in case my opponent calls out like Fireborn or something. You know, then we're doing our thing. So we're going to send you guys to go get that Bull Thrower, keep you on the back objective here. And now we just call in a Bull Centaur Render. They're very good in this matchup, so we're going to get another one. There they go. We do manage to get that objective, so let's pull back. We could unsummon our mobility here, maybe. Zoltor able to clean up house, and now the Fireborn, or the Fireglaves, excuse me. They're all fire something or other, right? You know, just evil on fire dwarves. All right. So shooting them, and we can blast those Shadow Warriors. Looking good. No nets for old Zoltor here. He's a little bit sad about that. And what are they calling in now? Cavalry? Yeah, Reavers. Reavers actually won't even trade well into the Great Weapons here. Could reinforce, get some laborers, Mighty Morphin laborers out there. All right, and then we can turn around and charge these bad boys. Bull Centaurs can head them off as well. Yeah, the backfield for the High Elves is not looking great. It's being run down by the trains and all the scary HASHUT elements. All right, keep making your way over there. You guys hold on to the point. Let's get another Pain Train out, and that Pain Train can move over there and just stabilize that point there. It's going to be good. Hey, Gamer, your boy Gondola pitching into the prize pool. Let's go. Thank you. Sorry, I'm in the heat of the game, so I did miss that, but thank you. I really greatly appreciate that, my friend. Why the hell not, right? Let's just put him out of the misery here with the Fate of Buna. We're going to unsummon you guys to get him back in the pool. 1, 2, and 3. Move you guys up on that point there. And, I mean, at least the magic was useful. Gondola, thank you, man. That's very generous. Chowie Warriors holding it down there, and here we go. All right. Cool to see Zaytan be like decent, right? Like the net utility is super clutch. Like just putting that fear in your opponent of like, oh, if you dive into my backfield, I might net you and kill you. Like high elf characters typically like kind of have impunity in your backfield. I mean, the Fireglaves can keep them at bay, but oh, right when I use my last Fate Abuna, he comes out with like a freaking, like a big heavy hitter Fireborn unit. Feels bad. Well, anyways, let's get the guns going there. Looking pretty good here. Game's going to be over in a minute. My opponent just fighting to the bitter end. But yeah, Soul of Damnation is really good. It basically counters the high elf roster. My opponent's entire build was designed around shutting that thing down, you know? You saw that. So you guys go here. You guys stay out here. We're going to go get on the archers back there. And the Bull Centaurs plus Zoltor should win that fight. They should win that. Yeah, Bull Centaur renders are pretty good. They do lose the Fireborn one-on-one, if I'm not mistaken, but otherwise it's good. All right. We got it, baby. You know, first round loss, but second round victory against a very solid player. He had a good Heavens build, which was designed to counter artillery. Yeah, no, it's Maximilian. I agree. Yeah. It was a cool build, Shadow Warriors, and yeah, Fireborn back there. I didn't see he had Fireborn in the opening build. Boltors, 1,000 value on the Boltors. Actually did pretty good for him. Chariot did good too. Hell Cannon got 2,500 value, so really strong. Fireglaves got about 800. Zoltor did fine. Bull Centaur is 1,400. Trains also did good too. So pretty good spread of efficiency on my units. All right, GG, dog. So we got 5 rounds tonight, man. This is just, we're just getting started. Oh, I'm just getting started. All right, so let's refresh this, punch in the score, call it a freaking day, and get ready for the next round. I'm all fired up, man. I went on a run for the first time in ages, so I got my fat butt running down the street. So that was, I'm pumped, man. Your next screensaver should be you riding a giant pierogi. Okay, Eric, you know, I'm not opposed to that idea. I'm not opposed to it. Thank you for the donation, man. You guys are way too generous. Chaos Dwarves versus High Elves. All right. Do it. I definitely do not always win. I mean, as a matter of fact, you beat me yesterday with your vampire counts. Yeah. I'm a good gatekeeper, you know. I win tournaments every blue moon. Like every once in a while I'll win a tournament, but oftentimes I'm the gatekeeper who gets to the semifinals or makes sure that you earn your spot in the grand finals. You got to go through me, man. You got to go through almost 40-year-old Turin to get to the finals. All right. So, Shaq, you had to play Anticity. That's always fun. But we do win our match, and we're just waiting now. We have a little bit of downtime, but let's go ahead and theory craft the build. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I honestly think I could save that and use that build again. Kieran, did I miss your donation? Let me scroll up, man. Google, love your vids, Mr. Turin. Great work. I don't know if that's you, but thank you so much. Magic D. Kieran, which one are you? Kieran Dave. Let me scroll up. I'm not trying to miss it. Gamers Rise Up, Gondola, Prize Pool, Google, F you Google. And yeah, Kieran, there, I see it. All right, sorry, there was so much going on. I watch you too much without chipping in. Prize Pool assistance offered. Kieran, thank you, man. Don't worry, I got you. It was just in the heat of the game. It's hard to keep track of all that. I'm really trying to win, man. Kieran, thank you. And William Lang, thank you for the 49 as well. I got you. Thank you so much, man. No, I see it. You're good. Yeah, we're golden, my friend. Hell to the yeah. Let's get it. Let the good times roll, baby. Next one's coming up here in a minute. We're probably going to have our next round starting in the next 5 or 10 minutes, and we should be good. And we'll figure it out from there. So what do you guys want to see on the... I'm trying to think of something really fun on the to do for our birthday, for the stream. I want to hang with all you homies in the morning before the wife and I go out in the afternoon and have some adventures. But yeah, we could do like a variety tournament, which would be interesting. So we could grab 2 players, like 2 top high-level players from each game that we cover recently and have like a best of 3, which would be interesting, right? So we have a best of 3 for Total War, Company of Heroes, Age of the Ring, Age of Empires, Dawn of War. So we would get like 2 high-level players or 2 equally skilled players and do and do like a bunch of best of threes. So it's like a variety, but every one is like a show match between 2 high-level players in each of those games. That could be fun as well. HOM 3. If we're going to play HOM 3, Anna and I are going to be on a team. We're the unstoppable duo. Yes. Full mirror match tournament. Oh my god. Hey, Kieran Dave, thank you, man. Seriously. All right. Let's refresh it. Let us feast like the heathen kings of old. Let's see how we're looking. All right. So, a couple undefeated players. Anticity and Solanius, undefeated. Hopefully, Attack Speed Enjoyer wins their game. So, give me those strong tiebreakers. I need it. Ultra Funds matches. Yeah. Ultra Funds are interesting. We could do it. Most domination maps are designed for the army size to be as it is in the standard. So, that would be tricky to fit some armies. What about custom heroes match a battle for Middle Earth 2? Oh, where everybody gets to make their own hero. That would be funny, actually. Well, you can make some really overpowered ones, apparently. Yeah. That's absolutely the case. I don't know. We'll think of something fun. We could do like a... We could do a faction war, too. Maybe just have like a faction war in the morning or something. Those are really long, though. Those go like 5 or 6 hours. But yeah, having a big epic faction war could also be a really fun thing. Just organize that. Someone brought out the Kadai Destroyer against you. Ultra Funds will be like launch Warhammer 3, you almost miss it. Yeah, we'll put it to the test, man. All right, refreshing. Still 3 games to finish. All right, so just bear with me, guys, but I think, did we save this build? We did not yet. So that's going to be save army preset, Chaos Dwarves, so Chorfs versus High Elves. Yeah, I think this build is worthy of saving. It probably needs a little bit of sauce, a little bit of a switcheroo, but I think it's good overall. An Ultra Funds Conquest tournament could also be interesting, like something fun, like a little bit spicy, a little bit different, but getting like colossal armies and just battling it out. I would probably organize it to have people I know don't lag, so we would get people who have good connections that I know, but would you guys want that? Like Ultra Funds Conquest, like old school. But again, it's land battle, but without the drama of like rules and stuff like that. So that could be kind of fun, maybe. Are we winning? Yeah, we're 1-1. We're doing pretty good. We had a really sweaty first game. Speaking of sweat, I need to go get it. I just finished a run before this, and I'm like in pools of sweat right now. So give me one moment. I'm gonna go wipe myself down. All right, I'm back. Infinite funds, no army limits, 19 Thunder Barges mirror match tournament. All right, that could be fun. We'll see. All right, so we ready for the next round yet? We got 2 games. So we got Ponta Claw. Yeah, Claw doesn't leave games. I know his games usually go longer because he fights to the bitter end even when he's losing. Yeah, that's funny. 2v2 Dom SFT sounds kind of fun. Corn Infantry and Dowie Artillery. Okay, I want your guys' feedback on this. If we are doing a 2v2 domination tournament, would you guys rather have it be like lore friendly? Because like it kind of does look weird and hard to follow when it's like Warriors of Chaos with the Empire, like allied, you know? It does open up really fun synergies, but like I think lore friendly is a little bit easier to follow. I don't know about Tempest Rising. I haven't decided yet, Furia. It is on the docket of things to look at. It is on the docket, so maybe we will. Maybe. 2v2 is cool. Would you guys rather lore friendly or just like raw dog it and let people cook? Yeah, I don't know how we could do that. You need 4 or 8 lore accurate teams that battle. 2v2 invincible bloat is possible. Yeah, you can. Oh, How do you do that, Ent? You could also do invisible bloats too, right? You could have an ally cast invisibility spells on them. Yeah, I think lore friendly is better. Okay. So what would the alliances be that we would be doing if we're going to be doing, lore friendly stuff? No, I think lore friendly is good, right? So maybe after this next round, what we're going to do, all of us, is we're going to open up a document here. I'm going to make a little spreadsheet. And we're going to come up with the alliances, like lore-friendly teams. Yeah, Vampire Counts and Coast would be a team for sure. Tomb Kings would be like on a neutral team maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'd have to figure it out. You could just have like the Undead too. Sub-commanders type stuff, yeah. We'll come up with something real cool though. Goblins and Coast could happen. I mean, they're both, they both have that kind of treasure hunting element to it. Empire and Kislev for sure. Yeah, Empire and Kislev. Yeah, maybe like with the good guys, we make them really geographically allied, right? Like Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, and like the mono gods could be like, oh yeah, like Nurgle and Khorne could be together, and you could have like Slaanesh and Tzeentch together. You have like a bunch of really, really small skew teams. Because if you just let like the mono gods like have all four of them in there, they're going to have a lot more variance than the other guys. Ogres being a freebie since they're mercenaries. Well, ogres probably wouldn't work for chaos unless they were corrupted. Because ogres they don't want the world to end, They want to keep eating and shit. Norska could go. Norska and Warriors of Chaos would be really good too. Chaos Dwarves could also be teamed up with Warriors of Chaos, if you think about it. You could do Norska and Khorne together because they're both kind of like similar in style. Do you ever cast games from SFTs? All the time, Walnuts, yeah. A lot of my replays, there's a place in the Discord channel where you can put the replays, and that's where I get them from. So they're almost all my replays are from SFT tournaments. So yeah. Cathay Lizardmen is interesting. Okay. Yeah, they're still going. Message attack speed. Let me know when done. Thank you. Nurgle Skaven, it makes sense too. I like that. Nurgle Skaven is like stinky. That's a really strong combo too. Nurgle Skaven. Because you get freaking a Nurgle front line and Skaven weapons teams backfield and Skaven mobility. So you could have like ogres and wolf rats and Skaven weapons teams backed up with like a Nurgle front line. That seems like a really, really sweet combo. Yeah, after this game, we're gonna Bretonnia Wood Elves perfection. Yeah, perfect. They're geographic, neighbors. They do ally from time to time. Makes a lot of sense. All right, so homie's reporting the score. Turin, I want to stream, but would it be better than my? Yeah, Val. So what I recommend to you, and I've had people in the past ask me about like streaming as a career or whatever. Do not quit your day job until your streaming or online business makes like as much as you are making at your other job. Do not it's very that is a trap and a half, dude. Because I didn't for the first like couple years of doing YouTube. I think like almost first 2 years it was just pure hobby. Yeah. So always like take the cautious angle with that. Like start it like when you get home from your day job. That's what I used to do. I used to get home from my 9 to 5 and just like upload videos and whatnot. And yeah, so just be careful with that. Yeah, for sure. Advance this. All right. How are siege battles? Siege battles are all right. They're kind of clunky, honestly. All right, so here we are, and round 3 is alive. All right. Round 3. But working sucks, yeah, for sure. All right, so we got Solanius is going to be our next round opponent. So we're going to get them in here. Let's get them going and message Solanius here. We're up. I think we're playing Wood Elves. Okay, Wood Elves versus Chorfs is interesting. I'm actually not sure about this one. What do we do? I don't know. Artillery, I guess, magma cannons, but arrows of Kurnus are limited to 1, so that means we can at least have some artillery feasting. We have our round 3 maps, and I'm doing the picks and bans with my opponent right now. I actually really liked the job I had before YouTube. It was a great one. And it's just I worked for nonprofits. I worked in the nonprofit sector, so I worked in the nonprofit sector in Northern California, which is a massive dick punch because it's just like trying to afford even an apartment up there, like on a nonprofit salary, is just freaking brutal, man. All right, so Celestial Lake, who's going to be first? And they ban first. Okay, you ban first. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Max. I think we're fine. Since there's only one arrow of Kernus allowed, I think that takes away that threat. Yeah, it's like that, you know. There are some fields, like I knew a couple people coming out of college that worked as nurses, and they made a very good living, which I was very happy about that. I was like, good, like somebody who's doing a very hard job, great for society, you know. But then you look at poor school teachers, man. I do have some friends who are school teachers, and they get absolutely just like, yeah, it's rough. School teachers in America get treated really bad. Like they deserve to make way more than they make. Like you are literally babysitting like a whole room of you know, teenagers or children or whatever. I mean, that is such an intense job. Like these kids are bringing the baggage of their home life to school. You know, you're getting freaking, you know, kids who are having trouble at home or people, you know, in financial difficulty. Like these families are coming in. It is rough. Yeah, they teach our future and they get the short end of the stick, right? Yeah. It's awful, man. It's awful. It's so freaking backwards. Okay, let's see here what my opponent's going to be banning. So Brave Valley is banned. So we have Celestial Lake or Bordello Landing. Okay. We'll play Bordello. Good luck, have fun. All right, so we're going to do Bordello Landing here. The map pick and bans have completed. Your wife is a teacher and is in the HR department in that... stifles teachers? I'm not sure what you're saying. What they're stifling. Yeah, no, I mean, look, there's some parts of the country where, like, at least it's more, I suppose, of a California issue because California is very expensive to live in. So I would imagine teachers maybe can live more comfortably in some of the central states. And I don't know, though. I'm not familiar with the price of living in those parts of the country. All right, so where are we at? Let's get this. So we are playing the Elves of the Wood. There's going to be some hardwood coming my way, and we will see if we're going to be able to survive. Evil, yes. Let the evil flow through you. Okay, so Lord choices here. I think Astrogoth is pretty good, actually. He's like hard to snipe. He's got like some good fire damage shit. You know, he's a little menace, and with an emphasis on little. Oh my god, my opponent's ready already. I do not like that. I do not like how quickly my opponent readied up. This man is ready to party. I think we need more of you, which is going to be fine. Maybe a couple little sneaky boys is always effective. Teachers get paid and treated well in a lot of countries, and just not this one. Yeah, I don't disagree. One of my close friends who I play tabletop with, his wife is a teacher, and I hear all the horror stories of what she has to deal with. I'm like, ooh, that's rough. Okay, so that's all right. Dryads are a bit of a problem. I think that's weird, but might actually be decent here. The Pain Trains, the Iron Demons, I think are also pretty effective. Yeah. Oh no, we don't want a Dreadquake here. The Dreadquake is just a little bit too much memeage, I think. I think it's a little bit too much. We're going to call you in because we do need some anti-large to deal with the mobility and whatnot. And maybe, what are you, 650? Man, you're expensive. You're expensive and a half. All right. And, just fine-tuning the build, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting it all ironed out, ready for the Duel of Fates to come. Hobgoblin's not going to have a good time there, probably. I think we just get 3 of you guys. Or do we want to get 2 of you? 500 there, so we're all maxed out on the Hobgoblins. Gray opens obviously aren't useful, but I mean it is something. Yep, I think we want the Chowie Warriors. Sorry guys, just thinking out loud, trying to big scheme my build. I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. GLHF, let's have some fun. Yeah. Let's get it, man. What, Diddy is coming for me? What? Oh my god. You guys are out of control today, man. Let's load in. Border low landing is upon us. It's going to be some fire and some brimstone. Trying to bring down the flames of HASHUT on these elves. Probably should have gone burning ahead, but I did something a little bit different, you know, which I think is fine. Astrogoth is a Chad. He's very disruptive, so I'm hoping he'll be able to get her done. Oh my god, you guys remember that? Is he still around, Larry the Cable Guy? Remember the get her done guy? Yeah, who was it? So in the early 2000s, we had Larry the Cable Guy, and we had, who was the other guy who had the jokes like you might be a redneck if? What was his name? I can't remember. It's all coming back to me. All right, so anyways, we have what appears to be a double magma cannon. Yeah, so we got those. So you, Itachutu, Jeff Foxworthy. That's right. That was his name. All right. We got double magma cannon. Magma cannons are really, really good. I mean, against elves, because the fire damage and the infantry and the archers, they basically counter all of those things, right? So that is going to be the idea. Jeff Foxworthy, yeah. And who was the guy that had the puppet? There was like a guy who's like, he went around and he had like a ventriloquist puppet that he used to talk to. God, that was like early 2000s too, right? Yeah. What a pair of pieces of trash. Oh yeah. No, there was a guy who has like a puppet thing. Oh, I can't remember, man. I don't know. I've actually never been to a stand-up comedy show. I've never been to one of those. I've always I don't know. Probably the only stand-up comic I've ever wanted to see is Bill Burr. I found his stuff to be pretty funny. Yeah. All right, let's get this going, and let's have some fun. Jeff Dunham. That's who it was. That name sounds familiar. All right. So here we go, advancing up. We see some evil elves out and about. Astrogoth is here. We're going to need to watch out for backfield sniping. What do we get? A dragon character with arrows of Kurnus, and there are going to be some Eternal Guard coming in. Yeah, Bill Burr is probably the one comedian who I've kind of followed over the years. He's pretty great. All right. Let's do that. What do we got? Archers back here. Way Watchers. Ooh, Way Watchers. Homie's way watching. All right, so we're going to need to move up a little bit, move our cannons up a little bit to get in range of those bad boys. Okay, let's go grab that objective back there. Astro Chad is probably going to have to be careful because he can be sniped. So if I just avoid getting him sniped, we should be chilling. Probably going to call in a Fireglaive. Yeah, that's going to be the game plan, but we get the middle objectives, and now the magma cannons are about ready, so we're just going to set up you, and we're going to set you up like so. Then we're going to call in a single Fireglaive to come up and kind of protect this shit. Yeah, great. So they're going to just guard this. Skirmishers getting there. Chowie warriors are going to get up in the point. Okay, so there we go. There we go, and we're going to get you there too. All right, so soon we're going to start getting blasted, though. It's going to be a little bit nasty, so let's move up and move up. Call in the skirmishers, get you around out here. There's going to be an arrows of Kurnus there. It'll do okay damage, but you need a bunch of them to really kill the artillery. So, yeah, I think we're all right. Astro Chad is waiting in the bushes. I'm more than happy to just accrue a points lead. And now we can start shooting at the Eternal Guard here, and let's start shooting at the Eternal Guard here. All right, so let's see how this goes. Astro Chad hides in the trees. Fireglaive is going to be Netflix and chilling here to see if anything ambushes. And hopefully they'll start shooting. Can you cannons fire, please? There we go. All right, so the fires of industry are unleashing on the elves of the woodlands, and we're just going to keep trying to mow them down here. All right, so move up. We're going to get you creeping over here, just really deep set protecting, and I think the next thing we call it is the pain train, right? Astro Chad's going to wait in the bushes, and we want to just nail those war dancers down. All right, let's go. He dodges it. Well played. I don't know if that was intentional, but he did. Oh, you sneaky git. You think I didn't see that, huh? You think I didn't see what was cooking over there? So let's get that pain train over there to get some havoc done. My opponent is going to try and sneak up on my artillery pieces. Yeah, we need to turn around and run because he's trying to sneak up on me. And we need to get a Wolf Rider around the sides to keep tabs on thing too. Yeah, because if I move up too close, the archers are going to be able to get in range and punish me. So we don't want any of that. Let's move you up. So far, so good. It's really, really a game of cat and mouse here. But by moving up here, we are buffering them out. And we need to get our artillery back. Because if we overextend, we're just going to have a terrible time. All All right, so chasing the big man. Astro Chad's just going to be hiding in the trees. My opponent really wants to get back here. I can feel it, and I can feel it in my bones. We're going to run through the tree line to see if there's some sneaky business here. Let's see if we can dodge that. So we're going to try and dodge that. And do we dodge it? Oh, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. We do dodge it. All right, awesome. So where is my opponent sneaking? I know there's some funny business, and we have the pain train waiting over here. So far, the defenses are secure. We move back the weapons teams. All right, how are we looking? Astro Chad's going to go hide in the bushes again. So I have played and suffered enough against elves to know we're going to do this and come back around here and see what we can find. All right, Arrow of Karnas is fine. He's not going to be able to kill the artillery, even with 3 charges, so that's fine with me. So let's fire on you. Astro Chad's going to come back here. I think we're going to get you to go see if anything's coming over here. We just got to scout, like, really well, right? Okay, let's shoot you and shoot you into this. Hopefully they can fire. Skirmishers are still chilling. And we're watching in the woods. We got all the battlefield covered. I don't think my opponent can get too sneaky on me here. Okay, and Magma Cannon shoot number 1. Magma Cannon shoot number 2. Shoot there with all of our skirmishers. We know he has triple Way Watcher, right? So we know that's on the table, but where is he going to sneak? Is it over here? I don't know, man. I hate this feeling of, like, fear where I don't know where he is with all those units, you know? It's very stressful. Is he sneaking all the way around the outside, you know? Like, let's go see, actually, and do this. We're going to call you through there and go see what this situation of the woods is. And now we're going to pound these War Dancers down and get that value if we can. Yeah, he's sneaky. Okay, there we are. We know where they are now, so that's great. So that's fine. We're going to go ahead and shoot into you and just get back a little bit. So now we can shoot into the Hawkeyes of Jakira. Shoot into the Hawkeyes of Jakira. Oh, we just friendly fired the shit out of our unit there. That feels bad. All right, well, it is what it is. Getting pushed off the objective a little bit, and we do see the, we should not be shooting into those units, that is for sure. All right, so the Hobgoblin's gonna go run up that way. Astro Chad can move out and help a little bit, but we are eating a lot, so fire and fire on the Way Watchers. And, ooh, actually, hold on. There's a Wildwood Ranger coming that way. All right. It's crazy how quickly they can, like, equalize the value against you, you know? It's nuts. So let's get you here, hide you in the trees a little bit, kite you back, and you're gonna go across this way. We're going to get Astro Chad to go back there, and now we're going to do a little bit of a flamestorm on this man, and fire on the Hawkeyes, hide behind the trees, and I don't know, I just got caught by something. Yeah, I just got caught by something. I don't know what it was, but something scary. All right, so Fireglaves can shoot you. Let's get you over the top, and can we get on the Hawkeyes of Jakira? That's going to be incredibly nice if we can. A couple Wild Riders are trying, and we do manage to get on there, so that's money. And let's have Astro Chad fight these guys. You're going to go here. We're going to loop you around this way, and we're going to do this. If we can just pound these guys to dust with firepower, then that's going to be huge. All right, so the back objective is getting run over, so we're going to get you there. What we're going to do is get you up there and get another sneaky get over there as well to help that out. But we do manage to do a lot of damage against the artillery there, right? That's pretty good. I do get afflicted by the Arrow of Karnas, which is going to hurt, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's skirmish you back, move you back up in the point here. And keep shooting at the Way Watchers where we can. All right, so you're going to go there. Sneaky gets are coming around the outside. Astro Chad is being a Chad. He's hanging in there and doing very good work. And now we need to get you to shoot here. Skirmishers come here. Let's fire and get you back. And do we have any skirmishers we can sacrifice here to help out with this? I don't know. Astro Chad needs to run. Probably just get you in there. Yeah, so this guy's going to be group 6. We're going to rotate the rest of you guys away. And now the Fireglaves can really just hopefully feast. Yeah, those Way Watchers are still very much online, though. That's not fun for us. And I don't think I have any mobility laying around either. That's going to be great. We can get one sneaky boy to go over there and try and do their thing. That block was good, though. That little sacrifice we did there, that was clutch. Yeah, it was very good. And the Iron Demon is still feasting pretty well. Nice. A couple skirmishers just came back on the outside. That's like exactly what we needed, team. It was exactly what we needed. All right, so yeah, let's get another Iron Demon coming up because they can't be everywhere at once. We're going to get you back. Get you around here, and we're going to shoot here. Astro Chad is still fighting hard. And do we have a Flamestorm we can do here? We do. Yeah, all right, let's see what's going to cook there. So Sneaky gets her going here. Magma Cannons have been able to do pretty well. Let's keep shooting at the artillery pieces. Shoot you, do this, and get the Pain Train to come over here. And get in a melee right there. Astro Chad needs to come back here as well. And I think, yeah, we just get a Bull Centaur Render if at all possible. All right, so chase, and on the back objective we were able to stabilize there, so let's get you back there. Astro Chad is going to be going after the big dragon, and I mean there's a bit of DACA there for sure. He's taking a bit of DPS. Probably going to need a Bull Centaur Render to deal with this though. That's going to be the play. All right, so let's get the sneaky gets back. Let's get the pain train moving up, and this pain train is going to continue hunting, although I think it's going to be better suited over there. Let's pull these skirmishers around and get the artillery to waste those Wildwood Rangers. That is how you win games. We got to get on those Wildwood Rangers. All right, so Bull Centaur Render is going to be the next call-in. We are following the big dragon around and doing some okay damage. It's respectable. Let's get you guys over here, and now we just shoot at the Wildwood Rangers here and here. And Bull Centaur Render's very, very soon to come out. All right, so they're moving back in here, and we're going to need to get a Bull Centaur in a moment. All right, there he goes. Let's get him over there. Pull these skirmishers over. The arrows of Kernus have locked us down for now. We do see some Dryads. Let's lock those Dryads down. Come here. Restabilize the middle objective. Astro Chad, get in there and cause some havoc as well. And, yeah, did we get Sneaky gets back here? Pain Train's actually in good shape. We're going to pull this thing back if we can, although I think it's still locked down. There we go. All right, so we're free of the lockdown. And the pain train now is going to start running over Dryads. Holy shit, that did a lot of damage. All right. Artillery pieces shoot here. Flame cannon. Yeah, we can do that. Not the flame cannon, but the artillery strike there. All right. How are we looking in the back? A little bit sketchy, but it's okay. And now we're going to start getting some momentum on the objective there. Cool. Fire glaives are back online. Let's get them shooting here to try and force these guys back. Unsummon you. Unsummon you. There we go. So the unsummoning of the gods is upon us. And Astro Chad can turn around and fight this big dragon, no problemo. All right, so he's going to turn and fight that. I think we're in a winning position, though. We're pretty up in value at the moment, you know? And the artillery has been shooting the entire game and just pounding. The fires of industry burn bright today, guys. Isengard would be proud. You know, that I tend to gravitate towards those, like, heavy metal and industry factions. I just think that they're so cool. All right. Let's get this and this. So we're going to get some warriors moving up to secure the points. Dragon character is in trouble, so let's keep pounding that thing down. And you guys move up, and let's get the pain train to actually really, really dive back here and shut the shit down. And you guys can actually go around the outside now. So the dragon character is down. I'm going to get into the Hawkeyes of Jakira. Shoot you and shoot you. And we do get into melee with those expensive units, which is great. All right, so on the outside, how are we looking? We're just being kited, which is pretty meme. Let's call this Iron Demon over here, and I think we could even steal their back objective. There's a War Dancer coming, so let's obliterate them with fire. Yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. So that's one down. Now we just need to turn around and get this homie, and that's why you unsummon units, because now you can see we have some of these guys back in the pool with which we can probably compromise these archers. We're going to go steal the back objective. Points are pretty close, but I'm very far ahead in value, so we're going to do a Flamestorm right there to cook these guys as they run around the pillar. You can see the magma cannons melting pretty freaking hard. Yeah, they're looking great. Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Fire glaives, keep moving. And you gremlins, hold on to the back points. I think the wood elves are a little bit cooked out here. Quite literally, actually. It's been mostly fire. And now we can shoot the magma cannons in there and clean up that position. Let's put you guys in control group 6 together. That way we can micro them together a little bit more efficiently. And we do start to steal their back objective. So that's going to be a nice little ninja for us. As the Bull Centaurs do arrive, let's get the pain trains coming over here to help out. Oh, the magma cannons into that brick of infantry. Oh, you gotta love it. Look at the leadership just starting to fold up, right? That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's some good stuff right there. That's good, boy. All right, so Chorf infantry. Let's send one to the back objective in case of elven shenanigans. Gonna get you going after that forest dragon, and you guys have cleaned up the whole point here. The magma cannons obliterating those positions. And yeah, you just look for healthy shit. When they call in something healthy, you just switch both your artillery onto it, right? And that's how you're going to do it. Sneaky gets are going to camp back there. We got this one. We got the middle. That is going to be GG, well to the plate. I don't think there's any other tricks they can really, really utilize here. Let's go around the outside here. So let's go like this. Astro Chad is nearby. Forest Dragon is going to pick off one of my big boys there, which feels bad, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? So 1,000 points for us. Elven Army looking very, very decrepit. Magma Cannons have been able to shoot all game. I bet you they have insane value because Wildwood Rangers and like other really, really high value pieces were the targets this game. So I think the value is going to be pretty nuts. Astro Chad, let's get the train in there. Use full speed ahead, and we do have something big and fancy to call in. So let's just do this and this and this. Just get the boys moving up to resecure. Bull Centaur Renders may be thinking about it. We do actually get on top of those damn Way Watchers finally. Jeez. What a pain that was dealing with them. Well done. You've successfully destroyed Middle-earth. Well, you know, it's the elves. It's the elves. Nothing to really shoot with the magmas right now. Yeah, nothing to really shoot with the magmas. So we can take Fire at Will off and just have them kind of chill out. Just kind of hang tight. We're going to go make sure he doesn't get his back objective back here. Astro Chad going to go after the dragon, which is battling the Bull Centaurs. We got 2 units guarding the back objective, so we're in good shape. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Is there anything worth getting here? Dude, these Way Watchers didn't hear no bell. Man, oh man, they just like fight to the bitter end here. Let's get these guns around the side. Yeah, we have to show these hippies what a little bit of gunpowder can do, right? Back objective. Do we want to get something back there? Yeah, skirmisher will be very good for harassing here, and then we just keep them from capturing that back objective. Flamestorm, still not able to get those. We do take down the dragon. 1350 points here. Let's fire there. Pull you guys back behind the pillar. And yeah, the fires of industry march to war. You just kind of keep kiting these guys around. So like, if somebody has less capture weight, but you have the speed advantage, you can just like run circles around them while maintaining capture weight, and they'll basically never get the objective. It's a little bit of a micro tax, but typically it's very, very good. All right, perfect. The HASHUT force able to rout off the elves. 1390 points coming in. And yeah, there's like no way the war dancers could actually catch us, right? I think we have a hobgoblin coming in. Yeah, skirmishers. So we'll be able to shoot them here. We do have Oglacon's boys, I think, here, which are actually pretty good fighters. They're not bad at all. Yeah. Oh, he's got like an ambush on the back point. That's fun. All right, so let's get you guys over there. Shouldn't matter too much. It's just like a spear unit or something. All right, so now what we can do is we can charge, and do a big sandwich and give them the business. Oglacon's boys will do big damage, actually. They have the missile resist, but they lose melee defense, so they should actually die to those units. Although, with the dragon coming in, yeah, doesn't matter, though. Zula Hood! GG! So, the big oil wins again, I know. It's art imitating life, right? We basically needed to just make sure the Way Watchers couldn't get close enough to kill our artillery. You know, that is the big thing. If he sneaks up and gets my arty, I'd probably lose the game, because then his infantry beat my infantry, like the Wildwood Rangers and shit. 1900 and 1800. So magma cannons did their job. Stalwart, sturdy, very, very good against the Fire Weak faction. Fireglaives did fine. Bull Centaurs did fine. Overall, the opponent worked out all right. So, GG well played. Let's say that. GG well played. Get those wins in next rounds. Okay. Elves hate artillery, that's for sure. It's not their favorite. The fires of industry will rise. Okay, where are we at here? Awesome. So that's going to be this and this. I felt like that game was pretty long. I'm surprised there are not more matches done. Chaos Dwarves, and Solanius is going to be playing Wood Elves. Wood Elves, Wood Elves. All right, so the hard wood is here. I've noticed that nobody ever uses the Orc Laborers. They're kind of weird, because the only time you see Orc Laborers getting used is against Grand Cathayan Dwarves, because they like... Grand Cathayan Dwarvish Infantry don't have insane killing power unless you go higher tier, and they have okay AP, but typically they're just... Going for the cheap laborers as a sponge is better than investing the money in a more expensive chaff unit that's just going to die. That's kind of the crux of that. Yeah. All right, cool. So 2-1 so far. We're in round 3 of this 5-rounder tonight. Anticity winning his game. The Dark Lord. Dude, Ent is going hard, man. He's prepping for the championship this weekend. He does not want to lose that. All right, so let me see what we can do here. Okay, give me a minute, guys. I'm setting up a document for us to work on while we wait. So we can work on the alliances. Okay, web page, create a page here. All right, I think that should be fine. Yeah. Okay, we could do a notepad also. Yeah. Probably notepad's better. All right, so 2v2 alliances. So there we go. Let's do this, and there we are. If somebody could let me know when the rounds are done, by the way, as well, we can jump on that. So this is going to look really bad because it's just a Microsoft notepad document here. But here we go. You guys ready for the big party? All right, so 2v2 alliances. We could do Empire and Kislev. I like that one a lot. And then, so let's just go through the order factions. Who would the dwarves be allied with the most likely? We could do Bretonia and Wood Elves. I like that alliance. I think that's really fun. Bretonnian Wood Elves. Dwarves. You could do High Elves for a meme and have them be like the War of the Beard alliance. All right. No flashbang actually though. I have dark mode on this document here. So we got Empire versus Kislev, Bretonnia versus Wood Elf so far. Yeah, I mean Empire and Dwarves makes the most sense, but so do we give Kislev to somebody else? Like Empire Dwarves. Okay, Empire Dwarves is fine. That's the alliance I would play for sure. That sounds really strong. Okay, so we could just do like we could do a threesome here. Bretonnia and Dwarves is really strong, if not very lowerful. Okay, so Dwarves, Empire, Bretonnia, Kislev. So do we do alliances that are based on like teams of 2? Yeah, we could do Dwarves versus High Elves as like the old alliance. I kind of think that's kind of fun. Because I want to keep it to alliances of 2. Because there are 24 factions in the game, so it's possible, right? So Empire versus Kislev, and then we can do Dwarves and High Elves. That's like the old alliance. I think that's kind of cool. Because it is lore friendly. They were once like mighty allies. Right? So that's badass. Okay. We're just theory crafting. Our Lizardmen Elves is, yeah, that's like the Lustrian alliance too. That makes more sense. We could do 3. We could do 3. Yeah, we could do the Greenskins and Ogre Kingdom. So that's just like destruction, basically. Who would Grand Cathay go with? Like, who is Grand Cathay's? Nurgle, Skaven. We talked about that. I think that's really good. Lizards and more lizards. High Elves and Dark Elves. Yeah, Dark Elves would definitely go with like... Dark Elves. Oh, Dark Elves, Vampire Coast. That's super good. That's like the Pirate Corsair factions. Dark Elves, Vampire Coast. Okay, we just nailed that shit. That was really good. Khorne and Chaos Dwarves would probably be Warriors of Chaos because Chaos Dwarves supply the weaponry to the Warriors of Chaos in their armor. So I'm thinking Warriors of Chaos and Chorfs. Cathay and Ogres does make sense too, actually. Cathay and Ogres. Yeah, I think we have to give Ogres too. Cathay/Ogres. I want to have theoretically every faction on here once. But Dark Elves and Slaanesh, that could be an interesting one. Like, do we make more? Because if we're opening up a bunch of options, what do you Counts team with? Vampire Counts could team up with like Tomb Kings. I mean, you could play Ark in the Black, and then he would team up with Vampire Counts, right? Theoretically, but I mean, as long as it's 2 undead factions together, Norska I think makes more sense with like Khorne, like the Hound. You know, like the worship of like violence, and Norska and Khorne. Kislev and Norska, yeah. Tomb Kings and Lizardmen could also... Oh, yeah, Tomb Kings Lizardmen is bomb. Like, kind of neutral good. Tomb Kings Lizardmen. Yeah, Tomb Kings Lizardmen rules. Good call, good call. Cathay with Ogres makes the most sense. All right, so... What factions are we missing right now? Demons of Chaos could go with Tzeentch. That makes sense, too. Like, Doc with Tzeentch. Yeah, if we get more specific, we could put like rules in terms of like what lords they can pick. Skaven and Beastmen, yeah, Skaven Beastmen's pretty good actually, but I think Skaven Nurgles makes more sense because of like the Clan Pestilence aesthetic. Norska Beastmen, but we already have Norska with, do we have Norska with Khorne? I think Norska Khorne is good. Beastmen Norska. Oh. Yeah, so Vampire Counts. I think in order to make this work, guys, we're going to have like more than... Factions are going to need to be represented more than once to give some flavor. All right. So we're going to kind of start from scratch a little bit and add more. So we're going to do Empire Kislev, Empire Dwarves, and then Dwarves High Elves. All right, so that's fine. So this is going to be the... Order Tide. That's going to be Order Tide. So we have Empire Kislev, Empire Dwarves, Dwarves High Elves, Bretonnia Wood Elves. Kislev would also team up with Dwarves too, I think. That makes some sense to me. You know, like the Northern Dwarves. The next round is ready. All right, we're going to have to come back to this. So thank you guys. This is a really good start. I think we've gotten a good start. All right, so I think I'm gonna come up with a big document. Maybe tonight when I'm sitting around just chilling, we'll work on this. Thank you guys. I am going to come back and look at a lot of your suggestions as well. Okay, so refresh this, and we're going into round 4 of the 5-round tournament. Okay, and let's advance this. Is this for a campaign or no? This is for a 2v2 tournament I want to do. Because 2v2 is kind of lame to watch in my opinion if you have if it's like, you know, not it's really hard to tell what's going on when you see Empire State Troopers fighting with Chaos Warriors. I think if you like can see the good units and the evil units, it's easier to follow. All right, so that's going to be boss toss. Yo, good luck, have fun. We're playing the dreaded boss toss. Goblins, round 4. Okay, and let's get boss toss in there and do it. So boss toss is coming. Very strong player here, one of the big dogs. And we're going to be Edge of the Darkwood. It's our Talipime Crater. Okay. Chorfs for me. Yeah, 2v2 with min-maxing alliances. Yeah, exactly. But I think just having lore-friendly alliances is fun. Obviously, there's going to be a stronger one. There's going to be a stronger one. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like a one-day thing. You know, it's not going to be anything too hog wild. It's just fun and casual. Chorfs. Okay, we have a Chorf mirror match actually. So he's going to ban. It's let's play Darkwood. So we have a Dowie Czar mirror match, which is really funny. He's like already played this mirror match today, which is hilarious. But yeah, the mirror match is kind of weird. So let me go ahead and change. We'll do the Chaos Dwarf Rebels. Yo, Turin, I just buy the Chaos Dwarves and I will test them soon. Any tips on building economy and stacks? Oh man, for campaign, I don't really know. Okay, does anybody in our YouTube chat have any suggestions for Joe on how to build economy and your armies for the Chaos Dwarf campaign? Because I am not a campaign guy. I'm a multiplayer guy. I'm the guy who messaged you earlier about the army preset bug. Managed to fix it. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it squared away. Yeah, right on, brother. Right on, right on. Keep on, keep it on. All right, so Edge of the Darkwood's going to be the map. It is the Edge of the Darkwood. Yes. Got to come up with thematic names for individual pods. I'm always down for lore-friendly. Yeah, I think doing like a lore-friendly 2v2. Go full Hobgoblin Archers? Are you serious? You're joking, right? Outer region? That does not sound great to me. Does not sound particularly strong. Okay. I know nothing about 40k. If they do a 40k total war, how many factions could there be? A lot. Yeah, because 40k has a shit ton of factions. It depends if they do the Space Marines as like individual, if they were to do the Space Marines with like individual chapters and things like that, you know? Zinch Skaven works, I think so. Yeah, any Chaos faction could work together. Archers are OP versus AI. Oh, you're talking about campaign. I thought Outer Region was telling me to mass Hobgoblin Archers here. I'm like, dude. It's like, what are you on, man? All right. So let's do this. We're gonna get you coming out here and do that. And the Edge of the Wood calls to us. Yes, yes. All right. So we're gonna get you guys. Call in the mobility. Let's see. I think we get you out there, out of the gates. Yeah. A little bit of sneaky. I was like, dude, if I mass Hobgoblin Archers against this man, I'm going to get obliterated. You know, it's just going to be bad news bears. All right, so let's get this. And what do we want to do for our next disappearing act here? So we're going to do the ability here. We're going to get this. Yeah, I like that idea. This is kind of a cool creative build, actually. I think it's got some teeth. Magma cannons are decent, but the Chaos Dwarves do have a lot of fire resistance on a lot of their units, so it's kind of funky. It's like, how do you go about that, you know? How do you go about that? All right, so let's get this. And then we're going to get you in reserve here. Trying to chase some shit down. All right. Evil. And obviously we're going to want Chowie infantry, right? So if I lose this, then we're 2-2, which is fine. And then I don't even know how top 5 is going to work. I haven't done a 5-rounder in a long time. I haven't not done one in some time. Who knows what to expect? I think the Iron Demons are just so good. I think you just got to bring it. We're hellbound, baby. I'm on the highway to hellbound. Yeah, the roster is blocked because right now I'm in a tournament. So if my opponent was on the stream, they could see my army before the game starts. Now, I know Boss Toss would never do that, but if he accidentally opens the stream to say something and sees my entire army or whatever, you know, it's just easier for everybody. Because in this game, there's no like base building, right? It's just all about building your army beforehand. So yeah, that is the jam there. That is the jam. All right, so you're ready. You're ready. Got 2 of you guys. Yes, yes. Evil schemes. So we want more guns. Guns are good in this matchup, I think. I think that they do quite a bit of work. So GLHF, let's see what the rock is cooking. And we're going to fire it off. I think we're ready. So let's get an orc laborer there. And yeah, do we have any items we can buy on you? Foe Seeker? Sure, why not? All right, let's see how this goes. It's a bit of an experimental build, but that's what we're doing tonight. We're learning, you know, we're trying things, we're learning. Turin cannot physically stop narrating. You know, that was the big conspiracy theory, Scrubbies. During the Grubby event, people were like, when his stream is turned off, is he talking while he's playing by himself in the shadows? But no, I can tell you I do not. You just got back from a Euro trip where you visited Turin. Only because I watched his channel. That's cool, man. That's fun. Yeah, you're my... So the only time that I really give my wife trouble with like talking a lot is if I get on a car trip with her and she gives me caffeine. Otherwise, I'm pretty quiet, actually. I just sit there and kind of stare into the distance. It is true. I'm usually quiet. She says it's not true. But, you know, I think I can be quiet. But yeah, if I get caffeine, she's in trouble. Yeah. All right, so let's fire it off. We have a laborer front line, which is good. Let's get the pencil formation of doom. I think the pencil formation will be good here. Just get like giving minimal surface area. It's kind of hard to set these guys up like this. Yeah, like doing the little, it's like awkward. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And goblins. Okay, so let's do this, and we're gonna go like so. There we go. Perfect. And let's do this. All right. Yeah, I brought El Gordo just to have some fun. I don't know how good he's gonna be, but we're gonna try him out. We got fire glaives and fire glaives. Got a big old artillery piece back here to bombard and cause some mischief. I'm thinking of doing a little bit of this. And then you guys can come over here and capture that. So it's going to be 2. El Gordo is going to be around there. So he's going to be chilling. And then we can get this laborer to move down the trees as well. All right. The trick is to drag them all out together. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's clever. Yeah, I'm like doing it manually here, and it's very, very awkward. All right. Let's see how this goes. Another noob tourney. I think we have some coming up. So the pencil formation reduces the surface area. So if you have a shitty unit fighting a good unit, your unit will do less damage, but if it's already such a bad haggard unit, it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. All right, so let's do that. We're going to do this, and we're going to get you guys moving out and stealing his objective here. You guys are doing here, he's doing the same thing, basically. So we're going to want to come over and immediately get a Wolf Rider to come out and help stabilize that. El Gordo is going to run back here and just cause some mischief, and it is going to be Zoltan up in the sky. Oh, interesting. So skirmishers at the ready. So both of us are going to be stealing the other person's back point here, which is fine. And we're going to advance up, and the cannon can move across a little bit. We're going to steal his back objective very quickly, whereas he might not get ours, right? So we're going to move in. We're going to do this. I don't know how well this goes, actually. So we're going to chase. We're going to chase. Let's get on you. Yeah, perfect. And he does manage to steal the point, so clever creature. And now we get our gits to take down his gits here. And the cannon is going to be moving. You're going to move up this way. And we're going to get another unit out here. Let's pull you guys back a little bit. Yeah, ours is a combat unit, but it still kind of is struggling a little bit, actually. All right, so are we in range to shoot? Yeah, we should be in range to shoot right now. So we're going to do this and this. And you're going to come in here and hammer these guys down. We do have a melee one versus his non-melee ones. Granted, he does have the mobility advantage, so we need to get a Fireglaive out there ASAP. And now we do have the big shots coming in. So I think one of our boys does get taken offline, but overall, not the end of the world. We do have El Gordo Backstabber, so that's going to be a pain train, which is going to be a little scary. Just keep skirmishing and poking here and get our mobility to harry into those. The Fireglaive is moving, and we do have the Flames of Asgore to just roast good quality infantry, basically, is going to be the play. All right, so Fireglaives are moving, and then we can get a Chorf Warrior Great Weapon to start moving over there. Just kind of keep skirmishing back and forth, back and forth. We do hold on to his back point. Now we're going to run back into the trees. And the Fireglaive is going to shoot here. Soon we're going to have our point back in a moment, so we're going to park on the objective there, and we are ready to go. All right, so we got the back point. El Gordo Backstabber is just there if he calls in any sort of artillery for us to deal with. We do manage to get some good shots, so that is nice. And now the Fireglaives are going to be in position soon, and that guy is broken. So let's just chase here, get you to go after this guy. And the mainline formation can just pull back a little bit, and let's see what he wants to do. Yeah, we see El Gordo chilling. We just hide in the trees. Totally fine. As a matter of fact, let's get you guys to run up to the back of the corner, and El Gordo Backstabber is just going to run down this way. All right, so we do get that point back, which is outstanding. The Soul of Damnation is going to continue generating value. That is a Chaos Dwarf Warrior there, which is nice. And Fireglaives need to keep moving this way. All right, so we do get into the trees. Some heavy fighting is going down there, and we'll move you and you out that way and get you out this way as well. Fireglaive is going to blast them in the face, and they are hunting down my goblin. See? Yeah, they're looking. He's looking for it. El Gordo, we're going to bring you across to see if you can help contest this position a little bit. To get there. Did we get the objective? We did not, so that's really shitty. That's actually really bad for us. And how is this going here? It's still going all right. So he has not been able to find my goodies, which is hilarious that we're able to do that. And we do get the objective. Let's get the Fireglaive getting shot at. We're going to shoot here, and we're going to get you coming across as well. So now I think we're going to get another Fireglaive, or let's actually get the Taruk. Yeah, the Bull Centaur Taruk is going to be able to screen out these guys pretty hard. All right, so fighting is going on. Let's get the Fireglaives to provide a little bit of support, move you guys in. And what's the range on this spell? It's pretty far, but we could actually get him here, I think. Yeah, so we're going to try and get him here and see how that goes with the Flames of Asgore. Yeah, we're going to try it out. And, ooh, we actually get him. Nice. Oh, baby. Yeah, we got that one. Nice, nice. All right, so on the back, he does find us with the sneak he gets and is going to get his objective back. But we did Flames of Asgore him pretty good right there, so that was good. All right, so the Bull Centaur Taruk is nearby. Maybe my opponent might try something sneaky here. We're going to get Gordo Backstabber to start working on these guys and then just get like a labor unit moving up to that point right there. All right, so that's good. We're going to get the Pain Train there. The Taruk is nearby. Guns need to switch onto this, so let's shoot. Let's move this thing now. We need to move it because he's going to try and use some targeted spells and some witchcraft, and yeah, that's going to be that. So we do get a lot of damage on the big man here. It is going to do some good work against us, unfortunately. And yeah, we might need an additional crossfire for that. So Chorf Warrior's coming out, and we do see the Fireglaive shooting at the character. Yeah, middle capture weight is favoring us. Let's dodge that if at all possible. And let's start shooting at these Dwarf Warriors here. Great. All right, so we're holding. Let's pull these guys back. We're going to have the Flames of Asgore soonish. And we did dodge that, which is great. Taruk is lurking nearby. Let's call in a Wolf Rider to run down some of these laborers. And we are actually capturing the middle, which is kind of cute. Granted, he did get some good capture weight back here, so let's see where his capture weight lies. I think it's like right there. So that should do some fat damage. Blam, blam, fat damage. All right, so we're going to try it. You're going to fight here for a moment. Middle is going to us. One Fireglaive unit. Not happy about that position, but, you know, it is what it is. We gotta do our business here. He's going to try and win on objectives, because I think I'm winning the value trading a little bit. It's hard to say. Taruk is going to come and be very helpful here. We did get Flames of Asgore over there, but, you know, still dodgy. So Labor or Speedy Boy and Speedy Boy. So let's get them both over here. Get on the point. So we got to get the objective soon. We can't let him mess around with us for too long. Gordo Backstabber is helping, but he's about to get bullied by these two characters. So let's get the Flames. Start shooting at the good quality infantry. And El Gordo is going to flee. He's going to get attacked pretty hard here. But now with the Taruk chasing this thing, I'm hoping that's going to be enough. Yeah, so let's get that. You fight here. Let's get these Fireglaives back. And now we can get you coming across to hammer them down. And what can we shoot? Yeah, let's shoot you guys. Great. So capture weight's coming for us. You can see on the point we're chilling. Let's get you guys back there. You fight this fight. Laborers can go forward and intercept this. Let's get you up there. We do get some good shots there. A lot of mobility's coming in on the backfield here. So unfortunately, we don't have a lot of like good answers against all this. Let's get a skirmisher. Come back here. Do this. Fight and fight. And yeah, just kind of keep shooting the big boys, see if we can kind of grind that one out. We'll get you in there. And the capture weight should be coming to us now, although that guy is very elusive. He keeps escaping us here just barely. We do need to get that point. Flames of Asgore was kind of designed to kill Fireglaves, but yeah, there's still a lot of those bad boys chillaxing. So let's get back, call the skirmishers in, and we're gonna just run you guys down or shoot at you guys. But yeah, he's winning on the objectives pretty hard, which is a dodgy situation for us, for sure. All right, go back here, come back here with you. Taruk needs to hunt down that pain train because it's really causing a lot of havoc, and yeah, we're gonna need a skirmisher to come across and get that capture weight. Yeah, the value trading's good-ish, you know, but we're still having some issues. The two big monsters are very, very good. They're very hard to deal with. Let's get you to start shooting at the Sorcerer Prophet here. And the Flames of Asgore will be back online soonish, but not soon enough. All right, do we have anything coming in here? Yeah, we do get hit there. The back objective does come into our favor. Looks like the Taruk was able to finally get that thing down, or maybe he ran into the trees, I'm not sure. But that is going to be... Okay, it's still chasing. It's still going, and El Gordo Backstabber is going to do the same thing. He's going to try and hunt that guy down. Yeah, hard to shut him down, though. It is. Thankfully, we got the back objective, so now we have some time to fight, you know? It's going to give us a little bit of cushion for the pushing. Mass mobility coming in. Flames of Asgore, we need to save it for a more efficient blob here. That is for sure. Archers and mobility are still shooting. Let's put them in control group 6. Yeah, so I think my build style might not be the way. I think it's okay on the defense, but like these guys... Total War has such like janky SE mechanics that we can't even like connect with that train. Like that thing should have been dead like 10 minutes ago, but you know, we're just not able to really even make contact, which feels bad. All right, so Warriors fight here. Maybe I need to get a pain train of my own. We do manage to stabilize that outside objective. Taruk needs to keep coming after you. Fireglaves are online here. We do manage to kill those guys back here. And let's just get a pain train, I guess. Yeah, I think the pain trains are going to be very necessary. All right, let's get that. You guys are hanging on to the point here. Let's fight. And Gordo can just help stabilize the back point here. We do have some Fireglaves back online, so let's get you on this. And Gordo is trying his best. All right, so my Sorcerer Prophet, what can I do? What tricks do I have? Pain Train's coming in. Let's get it zeroing in on these guys, and you guys can go and try and ninja that back objective, so we're going to be a little bit cheeky there. Pain Train is on the way. Taruk is about to get in combat with you. Let's see if I can even hit it. So you going to hit? Okay, you did hit, which is good. Back objective is stable, so we have time to work with. Yeah, Gordo's trying his best, guys. He really is. Pain Train's going to come in. Do we just get double Pain Train and develop like a Death Star of our own? I am silenced right now by Zoltor, which is really cool. I love to see it. So we do get hit by that. Thankfully, that's going to trigger a heal for us because of the Amulet of Blood and Darkness. Run you guys over. Get back on the point here. Fireglaves just kind of let me down this game. They were too easy to shut down, it looked like. Yeah, they were too easy to shut down here. Okay, I don't know why you're not going over there to help, but I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked. Our build just wasn't up to snuff. It just wasn't good. Yeah, we got build crushed there. The Taruk is like always a fun idea, but it felt like he just kind of struggled in principle there. I mean, I guess at this point I don't have like a Death Reeker would have been a much stronger earlier call out, I think. Like just getting a fat Death Reeker. Okay, so we're gonna keep hunting you, and we're gonna call in a Death Reeker in the very deep set corner here and hope for the best. So it's gonna be what, 1300? Maybe we can stabilize our boy here. I don't know. Let's get on the Lord. We're going to call in a Death Reeker, and we're going to go for the rocket, and we're going to start targeting Zoltor here. Although probably finishing off his mage here is going to be a little bit stronger. All right, so we got a little bit of dancing on the side objective. Hopefully Zoltor's, not Zoltor, but our other guy's going to be able to get it done. His Lord is getting very low. Yeah, he's having a hard time. We need to keep parrying him, and maybe we can stabilize our Lord, but he's probably going to Helm's Deep on the back objective, most likely. And thankfully he didn't notice this freebie. The boy noticed. All right, well, it's fine. We're going to route those guys instantly in a second. So hopefully it shoots a rocket before it gets hit here in melee. Let's do that. Get you guys to fight them, and we're going to get the rocket in control group 3. And yeah, try and shoot Zoltor out of the sky. All right, so how we doing? Train's coming for it. Yeah, let's go after the Pain Train. The Taruk has made some contact this game. On the back objective, Zoltor is doing pretty okay. So we're able to route those guys off, and the rocket is now going to be cooking once again. A couple Fireglaves have also come back, so that's good. I think we need a Speedy Boy to go stabilize our side objective if we want any chances. Yeah, Death Reeker earlier would have been way better. Like, I can already see the value it's getting. It's doing very good for us. All right, let's do this. Get you guys out there to go hold that down. And we just, like, it's weird. Our SE can't kill that train. Just cannot kill it to save its damn life. All right, so let's get you. I think we win that particular fight. We have the Death Reeker rocket launcher. Let's go after Homie right here. And how much value does our Taruk have? Probably a bit, actually. All right, so El Gordo's doing good. Our train is kind of getting hammered a little bit. This thing has gotten 800 value. Man, I feel like it should have way more. Okay, so this looks good. Yeah, we're able to force them off here. Zoltor is coming over to help. So we're going to get our pain train over there to go make sure that doesn't go down like that. We do have our Turok here. So maybe he'll be able to do a little something. And it looks like our character... Oh my god, did I have an option to attack that building there? Do you guys see that? That was weird. All right, let's get you guys. Oh, did I misclick? Shit, I did. Okay, we summoned to the wrong side, but it's not the end of the world. So he's probably going to get my back objective. This game is basically over. So he went with a double aggressive SE build, and I went with like a wider kind of gun line. And the gun line just was not effective. It's too easy to shut down. Flames of Asgore was an experiment, and, you know, it didn't do badly, but still only 1,000 value. I mean, it does one-shot that unit there, which is exactly kind of the plays I was looking for out of that thing. You know, let's dodge you. These guys are cleaning up. We're going to get you back. Let's get the pain train there to go after this. And, I mean, I might be able to steal an objective, but GG, well played. The gun line is not the way. You just get stuffed back too hard in the mirror match, I think. Maybe if I went double Death Shrieker. It felt like the Soul of Damnation wasn't good. GG, dog. Man, that build sucked. Report score, please. Yeah, Gordo is also a bit of a meme, but he's only 600. Like, so he's not an issue. It's really just the Fireglaves. They just didn't give me enough agency up on the objectives, whereas you can see he had a lot more forward pressure. So he had all these hobgoblins and mobility pieces. He also had the massive skirmishing advantage with 1, 2, 3, 4 skirmishers against my 2. Yeah, so that didn't feel good. That didn't feel good. I think the guns, yeah, is like a reserve piece or better. I think initially in that matchup, I think you have to contest the skirmish game, because if you don't, it's like, man, the other player just has such an advantage. The Flames of Asgore was kind of cool. You can destroy that tower. I know I did. We destroyed the tower. It was super cool. All right. And let's see. And where are we? Flames of Asgore was a big experiment. I think it's just not as good as some of the other options. Yeah, classic mistake. Assuming you're dedicated mobile anti-large duelist to be able to hit a train. I know. I really do hope that for future Creative Assembly titles, they're a little bit better about that, because like it's been a problem for a long time. Like chasing a dragon with like a foot-based character like on horse and just not being able to hit it. Oh god, it's brutal. But it's part of the game. You need to play around it. So yeah, I think you need to go quad skirmisher, including probably Oglacon's boys to really secure that. The Sorcerer Prophet just couldn't really do much. I think he was not enough of a variable. You could honestly do a really cheap Gordo backstabber, you know, just to sit on an objective and provide you capture weight, which isn't terrible. But the Lord choice didn't feel good. I think we need to get probably a Sorcerer Prophet on some sort of a mount. Although, you know what, Astragoth could be good too. He's a pretty good fighter, and we could just do what spells? I don't know. Hellhammer does do fire damage too. Would you say getting heroes in Lord of the Rings is important and strong because it doesn't work after 3? Yes, but at a much later date. If you're playing Lord of the Rings, you want to get your heroes much later. Yeah. You had too much of an advantage at skirmish. This I was using as yeah, we're talking about the matchup. Like, he had the skirmish advantage. His heroes were very impactful. My hero basically did nothing. He killed like maybe 1 or 2 units. It was an experiment that was a failure at the end of the day. I really don't hate this guy though. Like, you could do him, and Gordo is actually kind of interesting because you can use him to go after artillery pieces. Gordo can go after like a Death Shrieker and lock it down for a while, which is pretty sweet. Magic. What magic do we do? I think it has to be a Sorcerer Prophet, guys. I think we have to do a Sorcerer Prophet. Do we do Death for like Spirit Leech spam? I don't think so. Metal seems really good. Metal spam seems nice. Although you could use the Buna to... Hey, take care, Joe. Thanks for joining, man. You could use the Buna to go after... I don't know. What is it going to be good against? I think Metal is the way. Final Transmutation and or Searing Doom are both great spells. All right, so we get him on a Bale Taurus, I think. Yeah, just the big boy. And then we cut this. We get a Death Shrieker instead. And maybe, I know, God, my instincts are to go back to the, yeah, Drazhoath? No, Drazhoath sucks. Yeah, he's terrible. This guy's way better. The Tarok is just not viable. I think the 2 Iron Demons are good. I think we just use Death Reekers to punish. Screw the Tarok. Get that thing out of here, man. And then we can get some gits in here, so we can get some of these guys. This build already feels a lot better. A little bit weak, the Death Reeker, the Sorcerer Prophet, but I think with proper micro, we can keep him out of range. Use him to trade on the backfield and be, you know, a clever git. So we have the Hobgoblins. Yeah, he had the Pain Train. We need to shut down the Pain Train, so the double Death Reeker probably gets the job done there. I feel like double Death Reeker would have crushed his build pretty hard. Like, between the trains and the 2 SE characters he had, and if we just go double Death Reeker and defend our shit, I think we're cooking. And then we do need a, yeah, screw the Fireglaves. They're a little bit hard to defend here. I love Fireglaves, but maybe not in the mirror match. Okay. So we got you, and then we want to get, what else? So we got good skirmishers, maybe just another Chorf Warrior, or do we get 2 Hobgoblins? Probably 2 Hobgoblins. This build feels a lot better, so we're going to save that. It's going to be Chorfs versus Chorf Mirror. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Good learning experience. We learned what was good and what was not good pretty damn quickly in that one. Yeah. And let's refresh this and see what's up. Okay. So a couple games still to finish. Top 4 is looking interesting. Anticity and Snickerdoodle. So we do have an Nurgle player. Bolt throwers are terrible. Yeah, the bolt throwers are really bad. They just they need to be given more models, I think. Do these ones have the 8 model count? No, yeah, they do. Maybe they're... I've tried them. Have any of you guys had success with the freaking bolt throwers? Because man, oh man, I have not. I've not been able to make those bad boys work to save my life. Just been getting karate chopped with those. Oh, the 5 rounds I think is better. The 5-round tournament's fun. Yeah. How do you deal with Chorfs as Khorne? I'm not sure. If I was playing Khorne against Chorfs, I'd probably do... do we do Valkia? Probably Valkia. Valkia with her shield and Sleipnir. Probably would honestly go for double Cultists, because they're really annoying. And they can summon Bloodletters, which are an amazing unit. Okay. So that would be like the starting build. In reserve, probably a lot of Furies. And then I think we want to get Marauder Horsemen in max. You're going to want like a bunch of these. You could have, even in theory, try out like the Hellforged Bellowers for some like to really dominate the skirmish game. So you use this thing to counter their skirmishers with your horsemen. And then your Marauder Horsemen will counter the trains. The one issue is a double Death Streak opening, but if they go double Death Streak, their agency on the objectives is going to be really bad. So probably the rest of the build is just opening with Marauders, okay? And then reserve, I do like Bloodletters. I think like 1 or 2 Bloodletters is okay, maybe just 1. And then get these guys, and then maybe Bloodwake Berserkers. So 4 of these, Bloodwake Berserkers. They basically just kill everything, Bloodwake Berserkers. They're super annoying. And then I think we're going to need a Fleshhound. Cut you, get a second Fleshhound. You need a way to deal with Kadai Fireborn. Yeah, Kadai get killed by Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. So you get the Marauder Horsemen and the Hellforged Bellowers. Valkia can also shit on artillery, so if they have like any sort of an artillery piece in their backfield, Valkia can just fly back there and go invulnerable and shut it down. Gave it a lot of trouble. And yeah, this build looks pretty good, honestly. I would feel pretty confident with this build. I think it's solid. You might want to mix in like 1 Minotaur Great Weapon. That's one thing. Maybe like cut this and this and get like a Minotaur with a Great Weapon. Just to have like a dedicated anti-large piece. Cut you and then get like a couple Marauders. I think this looks pretty good. Like this, I would feel confident against Chaos Dwarves with this build. Because the Hellforged Bellowers can also shoot their big monsters, and you have 4 Horsemen. But you need to use your cannon to shut down their skirmishers, otherwise their skirmishers will beat your Horsemen. So that's like the crux of it. Which, I don't know. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. If I play you next, you'll use this build. Don't do it, no. Dude, the deception. All right, Jesse, James, and Goji are battling it out. Do we still have a chance at top 4? Let me check this shit. I mean, we're still in the running. If we go 3-2, maybe. There's got to be... Yeah, Boss Toss is 3-1. I don't think so. Yeah. We'll see how it turns out, though. Maybe there's some weird situation where that's the case. There should be a couple people jumping up to 4. Anticity's undefeated, of course. The Dark Lord himself. He's looking pretty strong here. You guys ready for the flashbang? I know Walnuts. I'm just joking with you, man. Yeah, so Anticity's undefeated. Boss Toss 3-1. Torreson 3-1. Snickerdoodle 3-1. Attack Speed 3-1. We had a really good game with Attack Speed early. That was great. And then, yeah, we're kind of in the middle of the pack here. Some strong players actually here. There's Apostate down there. And, yeah, he's lurking in the shadows. We'll see what happens. Any thoughts on the Coast? You know, I didn't enjoy playing Vampire Coast that much, but it's largely because I got matched into 2 hard counter matchups. Vampire Counts have like an absolutely favored matchup against the Coast. So for me, I had to do that twice, and it really felt bad. Yo, Zinch is actually pretty good. I wrote them off until I saw Charix play them. Yeah, innovators, man. Let's go. Anticity taking no prisoners on his grand final training arc. I know, seriously. He's just, every night he appears in the shadows. One day we'll get dark mode, that's right. One day, but not this day. All right, refresh. Jesse James and Slow Jira here. Goji duking it out. So we beat Wood Elves and High Elves. We beat all the Elves, but we lost 2 in game 1. What the hell did we even play? It was Attack Speed and Joy. That was a good match. That was a good match. How would you rank the demon factions? Slanesh, Zinch, Nurgle, Khorne. You would, oh wow, you'd put Khorne below Nurgle? Really? I assumed you would put Dirty Nurgle below Khorne. We've seen some really high-level Khorne performances recently. But yeah, Slanesh is hands down the most powerful. And Doc, yeah, maybe Doc with the... You don't like Doc even after the Seekers are back in the menu? On his anti-hero, Johnny Depp LARP earlier. Oh, because I was playing Coast, yeah. Yeah, man. Coast is weird. They have some like really fun matchups and then some matchups that are just miserable to play against. Yeah. That Vampire Count games, those were rough, dude. I got punched right in the dong. Refresh brackets. Let me message Goji. Let me know when he's done. And Gojira, let me know when done. But man, do we really need a new, we need that update. We need an update, man. We need some new action here, some new blood. So it's the meta to be shaken up a little bit. The meta is very healthy right now, I'd say, but you know, it's been a dry spell, hasn't it? Slanesh is a top tier faction because like they're just fast, they're hard hitting, they're tanky, they have some incredibly good magic, really strong lore passive, good lord choices. Yeah, they're very solid. I don't know how Doc is with Seekers. Yeah, Demons of Chaos could be... Maybe I'll do Demons of Chaos next time. Oh, that sounds fun as hell. Let's do a Demons of Chaos tournament. I don't really know, but they like just do so much weird stuff. But now that Seekers are back on the menu and you can use Changebringers and shit, like, man, they have some crazy stuff. Right? You have the freaking Changebringers. You have the Angels of Decay. You have, like, so many good demon units. I mean, of course, you're a little bit one-dimensional in the armor department, but yeah, there's so much. You can get freaking Karanak in there if you want to get real crunk. Didn't Games Workshop karate chop the Demons of Chaos for 40k? I heard they became like a legacy faction or something, right? Yeah. All right, so let's see what's cooking here. Yeah, Noxbringer's in there too, which is great against Skirmish, although I don't know how much I'd bother with Noxbringer on demons because you have access to so much speed. You don't really need to like counter the skirmish game in that same way. Mochi says, I've been religiously watching all of your VODs for like a year, but first time joining. Konnichiwa from Japan. Konnichiwa, Genki desu ka. I hope you're doing well. Nihon de doko ne... so it'd be Nihon de doko de sundemasu ka? That'd be like, where do you live in Japan, right? Oh, it's been so long since I studied Japanese. Anyways, I am doing very, very good here. Okay, so let's refresh this. Doko ni sundemasu ka, right? Like, where do you live in Japan? Yeah. Anyways. Anate wa nihongo o benkyo no, I can't remember. It's been too long. Genki desu? Genki desu, yes. Doing good. Okay, refresh this. Doc is so fun. Heartseekers are the better of the two now. After the nerf, they can still be so nasty. Cool. Wow, Turin is a weeb. How dare you? How dare you? I do check Twitch. I'm checking both. Yeah, I have a chat that puts both chats together. So I literally have the Twitch chat and YouTube chat together. All right, let's see if we can get it. It is time Let of the Nurglings. Oh my god, do we have another Chowie mirror match? Oh, it's such a curse. All right, hey, at least we get to put our build to the test, right? Round 5. Good luck, have fun. Dude, I really did not want a Chorf mirror match. Oh, this is such suffering, dude. Snickerdoodle, I hope you make it to the next round, dude. I want to see the Chad Nurgle player making it. T5. Dude, another Chaos Dwarf match. I wish I could just switch right now and be like, dude, I'll play any faction, you pick it, and I will play it. All right. So not boss toss. It's gonna be apostate prostate. Yeah. Good luck, have fun. I should really just copy the build that beat me, right? That seems like it's the way to do it. Just copy what beat me and just go from there, you know? All right. Okay. Let's suffer together. So round 5 is live, ladies and gentlemen. Get those games going. And what map are we going to be on? I mean, we might as well just meme now, right? Or like try some weird shit. Yeah, might as well. Okay. Put on your samurai helmet. Oh my god. Do you suggest? He says like apostate's like he's like, I don't want a mirror match. I can switch if you want. He says, bro, anything else? Yeah, neither of us have a chance anyway, so it doesn't matter, really. Aces. I got you. We'll drop. Okay. My opponent's like, please, no mirror match. All right, so Goji, let's do this. And we're going to need to drop you here, so we're dropping. Okay. So what do we want to play here? I'll give you some options. Ask the peoples who you used to beat. Oh, do we want to do corn? Do we want to test out that corn build we just tried? That could be interesting. Or is that a bad matchup? Okay, I'm going to play corn. He's down for it. We're just going to raw dog it. Since neither of us have a chance anyways, he's down for me to play corn. And I already have the build ready. All right, so hopefully he wasn't watching the stream. So I'm curious if this is going to work. You know, I'm really curious. Yeah. We're going to do corn. We're going to do the blood god here this game. All right, so let's check this. Yeah, Goji, tell me how your tournament went, dude. I'm really happy to see you in there. Okay, let's do this. All right, cool beans. And where are we going? There's so many cool factions in this game. I wish my hands worked better so I could do like 2 streams a day. Okay, you just said got the life. Are you referring to the corn song? Or are you just saying that randomly? Because there was a corn song I remember from my youth that was like that. I'll ban. Let's see here. What do we want to ban? I'll ban. Ambush. Jade. Okay, so he's gonna pick what we're playing. You brought the barge almost every single time. Yeah, it was a corn song. All right, you know, I know Korn gets a lot of shit as a band, but I legit enjoyed Korn, and I still, there's some of their songs I can really jam to, man. They got some bangers from the new metal era. You lost it, but you got it 5K almost every time I brought it. Yeah, that's how domination mode balances it, because if you bring it, you just lose on objectives. Ambush is the play. All right, we're gonna play the Imperial Ambush. All right, so let's do this. And let's have some fun. So, theory crafting a very weird style of play here. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to raw dog it and try and find out. Obviously, I think a mass buildup and swarming them is probably the most effective way to play, but maybe not. I don't know. We're going to try that build that we did. Follow the Leader is a solid album. Yeah, they had some good albums back in the day, man. I think, okay, what were my favorite new metal albums? Oh, I need to change my banner color too. So we're going to do the Crimson Skull. There we go. So it'll look a little bit different there. Okay. So favorite new metal albums. If we had to list, probably it would be, I'm just going to pull up a list of new metal albums. Yeah, so Hybrid Theory, Meteora, Significant Others I love that Limp Bizkit album. That was like one of my favorites. I really liked the Deftones as well. I'm trying to remember the name of the album I really liked. Was it White Pony back in high school? I think so. I can't remember. Yeah, those were good ones. Incubus had some stuff I liked, although I wouldn't consider them new metal. Infest by Papa Roach was pretty bomb too, back in the day. Satellite by POD. Let's get some of that Jesus rock up in here, dude. I loved POD back in the day. Like, I used to get so hyped to that song. Remember Boom? Boom, here comes the boom, ready or not. Here comes the boys from that shit was so cool. Oh man, new metal was fun. I mean, it's very much an acquired taste. Like, I think if you showed like people from different generations new metal, they'd be like, what the hell is this? But it was fun. I love the Deftones. I still listen to them a lot. Yeah, good times. All right, so let's see if this build works. This was like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory build. This is like, I think aliens are watching me. I think the government is watching me kind of build, although, it's getting a little bit scary here, but we'll see. 5 big booms, I know. Master, behold! Master, behold! So we have the Hellforged Bellowers. We have double Cultists, which are going to move up with some Marauders. Okay, let's get these guys 3, and then we're going to get you in 4. Yeah, I like the Gorillas. Yeah, Shinedown had some good songs as well. You do enjoy men moaning in your ears with the... Are you talking about Deftones? That's funny. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, Deftones ruled, man. Especially when you're like an angsty teenager. Their albums are like perfect for that. Yeah, a lot of angst in those bad boys. Gorillas, oh man, Clint Eastwood is like one of the best songs ever by the Gorillas. That song freaking rules. That like drum beat they have on there is so god tier. Oh, it's so good. All right, so let's get in the words of the great Fred Durst, let's get rolling. That's like the only time I've ever been like I saw Fred Durst at the local movie theater the movie theater and the local sushi restaurant in the town I live in. He lives here, and I was like so hyped to see Fred Durst. All right, so we're gonna grab this, and you know what? Our build might just work actually. Does he have artillery in the trees? Because if he does, that's not good. We see a magma cannon, which we don't really care too much about. So we get this. And then we're going to take you guys over and move for the home objective here. In the meantime, I'm going to summon in Wrathmongers. And we're going to get you on that point. Valkyria's going to go cackling. We see Astro Chad there as well. Metalocalypse is such an amazing show. It's really good. Yeah, it's really, really good. What do we even have here? Skirmishers and Goblin Laborers coming. And yeah, the Hellforged Bellowers are just going to park right here, which is fine. We see Infernal Guard Fireglaves. Okay. Do we actually outrange them with this thing? I think we do. So we're going to shoot you, although the range on this thing is so short after it got nerfed. It really needed to be nerfed, though, by the way. It really needed it. Okay. So I think we can just go kind of like Unga Bunga here, right? Like Kawa Unga Bunga, man. And we need to keep our horsemen alive, though, or else they're going to have a terrible time. Let's go out here, blast these Hobgoblins. We're going to get you guys moving up. And the 2 cultists are going to make a play for his home objective here. And then we're going to get the Wrathmongers. I think we need to summon them early before it really gets heated. And look at that. Hellforged Bellower is getting some work done here. Yeah, you guys get on the objective here. We're going to kind of save our ammunition. And yeah, now we're all right. We're hanging in there. Let's get you guys back. Valkyria can go after... The Fireglaves are kind of annoying, but we can just kind of loop back into the trees and cook here a little bit. And we're going to just be calling in waves and waves of Marauders, basically. Yeah, that's going to be the idea. All right, so Valkyria is going to be cackling in the backfield. We are going to be taking our 2 cultists, moving up on that point, and get you on here, and yeah, and yeah. And Valkyria needs to be in control group 4. So where are the Fireglaves at? They're over here. So we need to go cause a little bit of mischief on those. Pull you back. So we just kite with this thing, get those guys in there, and Corngors will be very, very good. Valkyria is going to go ahead and do a little Soutnir Edge right there down these guys, and we're going to fly in there. And hopefully feast. What the hell? Oh my god, why did they stop moving? Oh, that's so bad. All right, Corngors, get in there. If I could just keep them alive, then we're maybe okay, because there's freaking Bull Centaurs in there and shit. All right, so let's get Fire at Will on you guys. Kite them back, and we do manage to get this. Valkyria is now shutting down the Fireglaive unit, which is going to be incredibly good, and we do get them back. All right, so that was crisis partially averted, but a little bit messy. So now we have the Bellowers back online here, so let's get the Bellowers to start shooting at the... what do they have here? Yeah, we have Skirmishers and shit, so let's get them back there. All right. So we do start to steal the home objective. We do have the dreaded magma cannon coming here. Valkia is going to keep hunting the fire glaives, and we're going to try and stay away from those where we can. And nice shot there. Hellforge Bellowers ripping a fat one right there as the dreaded Wrathmongers are getting her done. All right, so how are we looking here? Let's get on these guys. We can pop the Demon Shield if we want to, but I should have the Bloodletter summon soon, right? We should have them soon. All right, let's get some Fleshhounds. Get them out here. Wrathmongers are going to start stealing these objectives, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. So shoot there. Get you guys over here. Valkia just needs to stay on top of this unit and be super annoying. And Cultist and Cultist. We're going to have a summon in 11 seconds. All right, we need to get ready to use that. We are taking some big damage from, I think, a Pain Train. So, yeah, we need to get in position to deal with that. We are going to be stealing the middle here, which is great. Hellforge Bellowers can start shooting at you guys. Wear down the enemy skirmishers. Let's pop the shield, and we're going to go ahead and do it in a second. So, oh, of course, he gets Sarah-routed right then. That feels so bad. Come on, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. All right, there we go. So we get the summon. We're going to get you around the outside in position in here and try and do a little bit of work. Wrathmongers are going to head towards his home objective now. I think we can just straight up like bum rush that over there. And Valkia is heavily surrounded here. This is a little bit sketchy. All right. You know what? Maybe we just hold this, actually. I don't think we can afford to really leave. We need to try and get Valkia out of there, though, if we can. So we get one cultist summon. The other one is being escorted off, but he's going to come back, which is great. And how are we looking elsewhere? All right, let's get some more Korngors coming up. Hold on to this objective, and we can keep playing with the skirmishers, with our skirmishers. Valkia could die here, but maybe we can get her away. If we can get Valkia out of here, I'm feeling like we're in pretty good shape. Because now we got a triple cap, right? And this is not what the Chaos Dwarves want. Is Valkia going to escape? She needs to get away. That's for damn sure. So up near in time. Let's do that on you guys. Keep you going that way. Shit, I should have used it on the other healthier unit there. The other cultist has come back. So we're going to do a Bloodletter summon right there. And oh, that's so good. If Valkia had died, I would have not felt super confident. So we're going to need to reinforce our home objective here. So we're going to get some... Oops, that was supposed to be a Marauder unit, but not the end of the world. Valkia does escape, but we do get a Bloodletter summon on top of the blunderbusses. And we continue fighting. How is the Hellforge Bellowers doing? Pretty good. Yeah, they're still skirmishing. Let's get the Oglicons boys here. And Wrathmongers need to start waddling back towards our home point. That is for sure. All right, Furies, we have them. Might as well use them. We're going to do it. And Bloodletters are getting in there. Valkia getting Last Samurai a little bit. So sloppy play on my part, but not the end of the world. Let's get a Marauder coming out. So Marauder's going to move up. And out here, what do we have? So we have the cannon, which is doing nice. Let's keep you guys guarding this with a Fleshhound unit rotating over this way. Because my opponent's going to push my home objective, right? It's the obvious play. So we're going to just need to Helm's Deep this. All right, so Bloodletters are chasing back those units. I have the double cap. Let's get Valkia way back. That's a freaking Iron Demon. Okay, Wrathmongers are coming, and the Hellforge Bellowers can shoot at these Infernal Guard here. He's not turned to shoot at me yet, so let's get these Fleshhounds on top of them if we can. Nice shot. That was really, really good, actually. Let's get you guys coming up, and we need to retreat right now. Wrathmongers are in slight danger. Valkia's going to hang here and make sure we hold on to the back objective. And we're going to get our horsemen to go do this. So Wrathmongers will not care too much about that, honestly, which is nice. Let's see if we can shoot here. So we just need to hold until we get it to a triple cap situation, and then we're cooking, you know? Then we're in great shape. All right, so you guys are coming here. Let's get the Wrathmongers coming to our home objective. We really... Oh, shit. I didn't even notice we weren't on it. That's really bad. So let's get you guys here, Wrathmongers here, and we're going to keep shooting wherever we can. All right, so... Can we get these frickin' guys here? Oh my god, I didn't even notice I wasn't on the objective. That was actually very dodgy. So we got Furies. What can the Furies go after? Do we have any guns nearby we want to tie down? We do not. So going after the Infernal Guard here is going to be pretty clutch. Let's keep shooting these guys. Retreat back. Horsemen are lurking. Wrathmongers are going to have a very good time there, actually. Let's get you guys back. He's going to come across to this side where the Wrathmonger's at right now. They are currently battling Astrogoth, which I'm fine with that, honestly. I think that's fine. And yeah, looks like we're A-okay on this objective. Let's get the cultists to battle it out there. Pain Train is coming, but thankfully those are Korngors. Let's keep shooting here. Furies do manage to land on those units. So do we call it a Minotaur with great weapons? I think it's just a Fleshhound's going to be good enough. Let's get you guys over there. Valkia the Bloody can go over here and get ready to help out against the Pain Trains. And his quality here isn't great, so maybe we can just push here. Let's get the Wrathmongers to go push his home objective too. And... yeah, look at the Hellforge Bellowers, though. This build is actually working well. I mean, Apostate is one of our best Chaos Dwarf players out there, and the fact this build is working against him is really good. This could be pretty heavy metal if he doesn't move. Go, give it to me, Precious. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, that's the shit right there. Oh, the entire Skirmish Corps is dead. That is the shit. All right, so we save up for Minotaur with Great up in here. Train is nearby. Flesh hounds are lurking. Let's get all the horsemen to go right there. And Valkia is going to go after you as well. All right, so Wrathmongers are trying. They are being worn down, but we are pressing up onto the home point here, which is good. That was a very, very erect Sword of Khorne. It doesn't get much more rock hard than that, you know? All right, so what can we get here? Those are scaries. We're going to need some Minotaurs with great weapons to fight them. So we're going to get you guys out, do this. And the Wrathmongers are going to keep fighting. I think we need to pull one of you guys back. And we almost get the Pain Train down, almost. Fleshhounds can fight here. Valkyrie needs to come across there. You went for... You're wet from that sword. Oh my god, dude. Where the hell are my Hellforged Bellowers? I forgot it even existed. Did it just die? I think I just lost the Hellforged Bellowers somehow, guys. And I just like wasn't even paying attention. All right, well, that is what it is. So Wrathmongers need to go here. I don't know where my Hellforged Bellowers went, but they died. They died. Yeah, so that's not good. So Valkia keeps doing it. Let's get on the Orc Laborers, and we're going to get Valkia to go in here. I think it got Blunderbussed into the Shadow Realm. Yeah, I think it got Blunderbussed, so that feels bad. Oh, yeah, it's in the pool. It's recovering. Let's get back up here. Hold this. And do we do Sword of Khorne? I think, yeah, just activating that's going to be very cost-effective there. Valkia and company are doing this, so let's get some mobile Khorne warriors to get in here and go charge them. You guys go charge here, and you guys go charge those laborers as well. Magma Cannon actually about to run out of ammunition. It got Blunderbussed? Okay. I don't mind that. Chad Blunderbuss play is always fun. All right, we do have our cultists as well. I'm thinking about resummoning them, so let's actually just put them back in the pool. It's only 3 capture weight. My opponent making a play for my home objective here, so we can get the Fleshhounds to come out. Let's go ahead and charge on you guys, see if we can rip them up. And that point is looking mighty good for us. And we're actually in the process of maybe stealing my opponent's home point, so that's good. Valkia is doing work. She's shutting shit down there. Magma Cannon is out of ammunition, so that's nice. Yeah, I got Blunderbuss. All right, yeah. Okay, let's get back here. Get the Fleshhounds back there. We do get our doggies in here to kind of chase that shit off. And Kadai Fireborn are coming in, but Minotaurs with great weapons are going to be able to bash them pretty good like. So Wrathmonger is showing why they're one of the most annoying units in the game. Just so hard to finish off, man. All right, so those are some sneaky gets here. You guys are here. We need to unsummon you and unsummon you. Get them back in the pool. So can we unsummon you, please? Please and thank you. All right. I think we're winning on every front. Man, this build worked really good. And it would have been even better if I didn't just haggardly blunder my freaking like centerpiece. Let's call it Furies. Why the hell not? It's all we can really do. Get him on the Fireglyphs there. Valkia being a chatette, she's getting it done. And, all right, cool. How are we looking? Yeah, looking pretty good. The Minotaur's able to crush the Kadai Fireborn pretty comfortably. That's great. Fleshhounds here nibbling. These Fireglyphs in the middle are going to be taken offline. Middle's looking good. Let's get another Cultist out back in the pool. So he's going to run up and start getting ready to go. Looks like Magma Cannons are still around and shooting, but I don't think it matters too much. All right. So that was a fun match. Definitely an interesting one. He wanted me to play Khorne, so there we go. It's a pretty fine matchup, actually. Chaos Dwarfs can absolutely beat Khorne. That was fun, though. Yeah. So the Hellforged Bellower to blast like the guns. The Horsemen were very, very good, I think. Even though I played them really poorly, I think they were useful. Didn't get a lot of value. Wrathmongers were a menace, but still only held to 1,200 value, so GG well played. GG well played. GG, dog. All right. So let me refresh this. Khorne is also such an easy to play faction. They're just like so intuitive and yeah. Wrathmongers, Chaos Dwarfs have a lot of counters. You could just shoot them really. Like the Iron Demons kill them, the Blunderbusses, the Fireglyphs, like all those kind of things are gonna wreck. So all right, so let's do this. So 3 and 2. Pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Chaos Dwarves. Let's get Khorne in there and call it a day. All right. I'm sorry, Blake, you missed the bombardment. You can go back and rewind it. Yeah, you can go back and rewind it. All right, so... Oh, Anticity lost his last game. Shit, the Kraken King. He bleeds. Yeah. Attack speed and Joy beat him. Interesting. So do we have a chance to top 4? I don't think so. Not quite. We actually pretty close, but not quite there. You're going to need at least 4 wins to get there, I think. You can maybe afford to lose 1 game, but losing 2 games is too much. If we take a look here, refreshing. If he bleeds. So the player we played in round 1 that we narrowly lost to, Attack Speed Enjoyer, was able to beat him. All right, so let's do this. Tournament here, so you can see the brackets are coming together. The last round of games are going. He got me good. Well, now you know, though. You're learning. You're like the... Anticity's like the... he's like the Borg in Star Trek, you know? Like... You shoot him with your phaser gun, and then his shields adapt the next time you try it. You know, like he's adapted. I think that's the good analogy. He's the Anticity's going to assimilate everybody. Yeah. All right. So we got the Ent is there, attack speed enjoyer, in cars. Boss toss is there as well, probably. I'm lurking down here. I didn't quite make it, unfortunately, but still a really, really fun run tonight. I had a great time playing Corn, actually. I'm kind of inspired. Maybe I gotta watch some Berserk games, see what he's got cooking up. But yeah, we'll have top 4 once these games finish. We're going to know. So Snickerdoodle and Boss Toss are definitely contenders for the top 4 there. And yeah, that is that. Perfect. Who's the villain in the DC universe? Is it Darkseid? Who, like, he adapts every time you kill him. He comes back and he's like immune to whatever killed him before. Is it Darkseid? Is that Anticity? Is that him? I can't remember. I don't know comic books super well, but I vaguely remember that was like one of his things. Like Superman kills him a couple times, but he keeps like regenerating and coming back because he's like some weird cosmic creature, and then it becomes a bit of a problem. Some of you guys in chat should know. Rise up, nerds! This is your time to shine. Is it Doomsday? That's Doomsday. Okay. Yeah, Doomsday. Well, very fitting. Okay. Yeah, Darkseid is the other one, right? He's the guy with the laser beam eye. He's got like the formula thing. Doomsday can't be killed the same way twice, yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we got it. Teamwork right there. That sounds like Homelander's much weaker, yeah. Homelander would get crushed pretty bad in the DC or in the Marvel universe, probably. Like even in the MCU, like if you look at the MCU movies, there's quite a bit of characters that I think could solo Homelander. Like I think, I mean, obviously Scarlet Witch would probably just get in his head and end him that way. Thor could probably take Homelander. I think Iron Man might struggle against him, maybe because he's kind of like a Walmart Superman. But Thor for sure, I think could have a good chance. Captain Marvel could probably take him on. You know, Black Panther maybe. I don't know if the super soldiers could. The super soldier characters like Cap and Bucky and Winter Soldier and stuff. But any of those, like, yeah, Hulk would crush Homelander too. If we're really getting into the who's going to win situation, I think Hulk would absolutely. Comic book Hulk is nuts. Like if you've read some of the Hulk comics, he's so much stronger in the comic books. They nerfed him so hard in the movie universe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's Homelander is a classic case of like a big fish, like a bully fish in a small pond, right? If you put him into any of the other universes, he probably gets wrecked. Yeah. Which is, yeah, how it goes. Hulk is too angry to die. Yeah, like Hulk's got some wild shit. Yeah, we're gonna work on the documents here. Maybe after the tournament's over, we can hang out for a little while and do that. We'll have to see. So we're going into the semifinals now. So we just are waiting on 2 games left to finish here, and then we'll be all set. Okay. Isn't the Thing is supposed to be very strong in the comic books? I'm pretty sure Ben Grimm, the Thing, he's got a like his outer shell, like his orange like body is like the outer shell of like a much stronger being that's like locked inside of that shell. And when the shell is like finished, it's like an apotheosis. He like comes out as like a more stronger cosmic being. I could have sworn that was the lore of the Thing. Like he's there, and then after a period of time, his like orange skin comes off, or his orange like rock skin, and then he becomes like a Giga Chad monster thing, like some sort of a Superman type character. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, Hulk should beat the Thing though, like in that form. I could be wrong. Yeah, the Chaos Gods are they are like, I'm pretty sure they are like like manifested things, but they can't fight outside of the warp. So they can't leave their realms. They basically have to go and like send their beings out of the warp, like their minions. Yeah. All right. Well, fun superhero talk. We ready for the next round? Snickerdoodle is finished, and we are. So our top 4, it should be all set. Okay, we don't have any ties. It's very clear cut. We have Snickerdoodle, Attack Speed Enjoyer, Boss Toss, and Anticity. Ooh. Wow, nobody went undefeated today. Everybody lost the game. Everybody lost. Nobody went undefeated. That's fun. I like to see that. Okay, so the tiebreakers have spoken. And let's get it. Let us have some fun. So we're going to advance the top 4. All the scores have been reported. Advance the top 4 here. Let's do this. And we have our top 4. So top 4 is going to be Snickerdoodle versus Attack Speed Enjoyer and Anticity versus Boss Toss. All right, so we're going to do Snickerdoodle and Attack Speed Enjoyer. I want to see some Nurgle action. So selfishly, we're going to do that game. Go ahead and get your opponent ents. GLHF. We're going to do semis of tonight's tournament. There we go. Host game is a spectator. Let's get you in there. All right, and let's have some fun there. So that's going to do it. And where is this? So that's going to be Snickerdoodle. We're going to get him, semis, and then on the other side, it's going to be Attack Speed Enjoyer. Let me know map when done. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. Let's go team. In cars? No, because his tiebreaker score is less. Yeah, he had weaker opponents, so that's how the tiebreakers work. 4 wins and no semis, yeah. It happens in cars. We'll get you in there another time, don't worry, man. It happens to me all the time. So if you look, you can see in cars has 4 wins, but if he had tied his opponent's score, I would have had a playoff. But if the opponent's score is clear enough that somebody had a stronger schedule of opponents, then, so this score here, you have their Swiss points, which is the first variable you use, okay? And then if people are tied in terms of wins, it then uses the combined total number of wins that their opponents had. So Snickerdoodle's opponents had a total of 12 wins if you add them all together, whereas Incar's only had 10. So that basically is how you do that. Pretty straightforward. But if they had tied on the opponent's score also, I would have had a playoff where they play for that last spot. That's how that works. So there is a little bit of like, you need to hope your opponents do well, that you beat. Like if you beat players who are newer or more mid-level players, they're not as likely to win more games. So if you're getting easier opponents, you need to go undefeated basically. Yeah, you got to refresh the brackets. Yeah. But anyways, here we are. And we're going to get Attack Speed Enjoyer in there. So let me know map. Map when ready. Don't worry, in cars, you're an absolute Chad, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back in action. All right. Let's do it. So Nurgle versus, what was Attack Speed? I played him in the first game, but I feel like it was an eternity ago. I don't remember what he was playing. Let me scroll up and see. He was playing what? Oh, Ogre Kingdoms, that's right. Okay. So this is a really hard matchup for Nurgle, guys. This is very favored for Ogre Kingdoms, but it can be won, especially with Thunder Tusks being restricted. But we'll see. So top 4 is going to be Nurgle, Ogre Kingdoms, Tzeentch, and who's the 4th player here? Nurgle, Ogre Kingdoms, Chaos Dwarves. Wow, we have a really good top 4. This is super fun. I'm digging it, man. Good faction variety. The meta is so healthy right now. It's so good. Get him, Doodle. It's hard. I mean, Nurgle against Ogres, let's see, is... there's not many games played, so there's not a lot of data on this. There's not a lot of data. But they're going to do their map pick and bans, and then they're going to let me know what the map is in a second. So it's been cooking. We're waiting for that Game of Thrones RTS game. Have you guys seen that one? Oh, it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. Game of Thrones RTS. It's the Game of Thrones War of Westeros. There it is. Yeah, let's pull this up here. So I am so excited for this. Let's check here. All right. So it comes out in 2026. It's a classic real-time strategy, Game of Thrones, Conquer the Seven Kingdoms solo, or in a treacherous, this is where I get very erect, treacherous free-for-all multiplayer. Oh my god, do you know how many, if they do this correctly, do you know how many, if they have like politics and machinations and scheming and you can like backstab your friends, and I love FFA games. Like Dune Spice Wars, Age of Empires FFA, that shit is so fun. That is so freaking fun. And if I can get Sandor Clegane, oh, dude, sign me up. That's what it's all about. Yeah, so it's going to have the online PvP, which is going to be free-for-all. Free-for-all is fun because it levels the field between like lower players, medium-level players, and sweats. Because the sweats might win more, but there's politics that keep them in check. So it's kind of like Commander. Noxbringer is not good against Leadbelchers, no. Yeah, this looks fun though. I'm very hyped for this. I really hope they don't fumble it because it's very rare we get like good RTS games. It's probably going to be like Dune Spice Wars, but more RTS focused. Like if you look at the screenshots, it's more of like regiments against regiments, right? So you can see here it looks like some Lannister Knights, and I'm not sure what faction they belong to, but like yeah, you can see like the dragon, all this kind of shit. Yeah, so it's like provincial. So there's like provinces. The Riverlands, Westlands, yeah, and then from there, you get pulled into battles. It looks like so maybe it like it's turn based, pulls you into a battle, and then it becomes like an RTS battle, right? So you're doing politics and scheming on this part of the map. Like you can see, you probably have all sorts of UI and different things like that. But oh, dude, I'm excited. I really, really hope this is good. I really hope they don't fumble that shit because that's one of the games I'm probably most excited for right now. And if you could play the White Walkers, or if they're like an event that happens, like the winter is coming or something, oh, it's going to be so good. Sins of the Solar Empire 2. Yeah, it's worth looking at. But for me, what's appealing, Fox, is the RTS element. The fact that there's army battles on the field, you know? Yeah. Total War couldn't land the big Game of Thrones IP deal. Yeah, I'm sure it could happen someday, honestly. Sounds good. Yeah, Dyslexic Animal sounds good. We will be on it for sure. So Snickerdoodle in this matchup, there's a couple ways you can go with a mass Plague Bearer push. You know, mass just HP Plague Bearers with Marauders and try and push the Ogres back and triple cap them. But it's risky. It's a hard one. Valley of Lies is going to be the map. All right, so Valley of Lies. Valley of Lies. The Fimbulwinter. Oh my god. That was probably my favorite moment of playing that damn game. Age of Mythology was the Fimbulwinter spam. Holy shit. So I have an idea that I wanted to run past you guys while you have you homies hanging out here. One thing I've always thought about doing was creating either a board game or a mini war game, okay? So I really, after playing Age of Mythology and whatnot, I actually went out and looked. I was like, I wonder if there's like a mini game where you can play with the different pantheons. So basically think of this. You have a Warhammer style game where there's a different faction for different ancient mythologies. And, you have your human troops. So like for Greek mythology, you would have like your hoplites. And then when you get into heroic units, you have your heroes of legend. And then you have like your mythic units. And it would be like a tabletop game, like an army game. So you would have like the Egyptian faction, Greek mythology. You could do like Slavic paganism. You could do Aztec mythology. So it's very much inspired by like Age of Mythology, but you would like pick a different deity faction and you would play that. Yeah, and you could do different things. You could do like mix in Abrahamic religions if you want to, whatever. But would you guys be interested in that? Like if it was developed well. Like I think that'd be so cool. Like I would love that because you get to express yourself through like these different, ancient mythologies. You'd obviously have a Norse pantheon, so you'd have like berserkers and Viking warriors, very stylized. And then of course you would have like you get like Loki and Thor as like your hero characters, and have like the Draugr, like the undead kind of Vikings as your heroic, whatever, right? That would be fun. I think that'd be really cool if it was well done and well supported. I think that could be sick. And it's always something I'm like, dude, I would love to paint up some like mythological creatures. You could do one of the factions could be like a hybrid of Slavic mythology. So you could have a lot of that kind of Baba Yaga influence would be really fun. Yeah, Jesus versus Thor. Yeah, the Christian faction would probably be easy. You just get angels and Jesus out there just like throwing down, dude. Oh man. But you know, I feel like I would love to develop a game like that. Like work with a miniature maker, develop the rules with somebody who has experience with that, and then be a part of that. I think that'd be fun. You would 100% play that? Yeah, some of you homies would be interested. Yeah, and we could create like a website for it where people can like track stats. I don't know. I just like have always wanted to make that kind of a thing. Yeah, it gives light, and we would eventually add more factions. Now, would we do? Here's the thing: would you guys rather it be like massive armies, or would you like want more of a skirmish game, right? So let me put up a poll. Actually, I don't know, Frost, if you're still here, if you could put one up on Twitch. So myth war game. So massive armies, old world fantasy style, or skirmish based, smaller fights, round bases, like 40k, some elite, some horde. Yeah, so here's a couple options to kind of explore here, guys. Why won't it let me start that poll? Is there too many here? Okay, the poll is too many things there. Okay, great. Here we go. Yeah, but we would basically design the miniatures to be STL files that people would download. So it wouldn't be like expensive. You would just pay for the initial files maybe, and then from there you would have access to your entire army. So it wouldn't be like a Games Workshop style dick punch where you just like charge like $80 for one box or whatever, right? King David, play the Storm of God card. Yeah, dude, how fun would that be? You get like army abilities and stratagems that are based on mythology. I think it'd be so freaking cool. Yeah, but like I think like that's something, and it would give representation to everybody, right? Because you like whatever like mythology, you could hopefully find something that connects with your history and your ancestors. I think it'd be fun. Yeah. All right. Anyways, guys, just ruminate on that idea and get back to me if you guys have any feedback. But where you play as souls left in the wasteland. Oh, that's pretty fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the old world, welcome to the semifinals of today's tournament. It's going to be Snickerdoodle versus Attack Speed Enjoyer here, and let's break it down. So Marauders in the front line, backed up by Plague Bearers. We'd also have a Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle here, so he's going to be using the Miasma as well as Stream of Corruption. So the reason why you do this is because when you spam these cheap Nurgle spells, it's going to be healing up your entire army using the Children of Nurgle passive. So basically you cast it, this unit that has 10,000 HP or 11,000 gets healed for like 1% of its HP or whatever, right? So I think that's cool. We got Tamarkhan. Tamarkhan is a Giga Chad, very good in the Ogre matchup in my opinion. He's an anti-large fighter, extremely hard to kill, and he can go after like Thunder Tusks and Stone Horns, whatever, and do some work, right? So there he is. We got Horsemen on the outside for Nurgle, and Nobblar Trappers for Attack Speed Enjoyer, and the rest of Attack Speed Enjoyer's army is going to be Lead Belchers with Nobblars, and it is a big old Ogre gun line, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so there they go. We see this, we see this, we see this on the other side as well, and it is going to be that. All right. So the Lead Belchers and the gun line going to be very, very good here. That is going to be nasty. And looking at the objectives, objective number 1 here is going to be grabbed by the Ogres immediately, and the Nurgle force, like we talked about pregame, is going for a wide pushing build, just trying to, face the foot style, getting in there, absorbing all those shots to the face, and yeah, Carrot Shell. We would probably just honestly avoid that, to be honest, but we'd use more like ancient mythologies, I think. Antiquity and all that would be a little bit more reasonable. All right. So moving on up are the Marauders. Lead Belchers are there, and they're going to be unleashing their forks and knives. And that's going to be doing some big damage to those Nurgle infantry. You can immediately see one Marauder brought down to about 75% HP, so that's got to hurt pretty bad. But the Plague Bearers will endure better. Nurgle's Horsemen getting out skirmished here a little bit. Pestigores coming up, but Pestigores are not going to have a good time in enemy territory, most likely. You could use these Horsemen to do a little blitz charge right here and try and get in there, but will the Nurgle army be able to endure that beating? Because that is a shitload of shooting from the Ogre faction. Oh my god, look at the shooting! The Lead Belchers are doing so much damage! Oh my god. So nasty. 2 of the Marauder Horsemen are already in the trash can, ladies and gentlemen. And we see Tamarkan getting nailed as well, using Nurgle's favored son, but Tamarkan already down to like 60% as well. I don't know. I feel like this map was not a good pick by Nurgle. I don't know what the other options were, but this map should have been banned. This one is just straight up a shooting gallery. It's just very open, very flat. I don't know. We're going to see when Nurgle closes the distance, you know, gets their Plague Bearers in combat. We do have Furies coming in as well. Furies are going to be very good at shutting down the Leadbelcher shooting. Marauders moving in. Snickerdoodle going to be getting the Chaos Sorcerer as well back there. And we do see some of the Leadbelchers now retreating back, right? So they're running. Shooting on this side is pretty effective as well. And will Nurgle get the double objective here? We do see some sort of witchcraft going down, Fate of Buna, as Pigback Rider is going to be moving in after Tamarkan, shutting them down a little bit. But Tamarkan needs to keep moving after the Powder Guts and make sure they can't get their shooting online. So Furies activated, but he dove them into a unit where there are Crushers, which isn't going to be good for the Furies. But Pestigores are on their way back there as well. Pesties will be an annoying, sticky unit. And Snickerdoodle is, you know, Nurgle always takes a beating on the advance against gun lines. It's kind of part of the game. But Tamarkan is going to be wishing he had brought Fleshy Abundance here in a minute. Because if you lose Tamarkan this early on, you're kind of just going to lose the game. So Tamarkan's going to be fleeing right now. Middle objective is going to be going to the Plague Father. Unfortunately for Nurgle, though, the back objective is being stabilized. It is being held by the Ogre Kingdoms. On the other side here, though, we do see a little bit of effective shooting, or harass of the shooting, as the Chaos Furies continue pushing. Pestigores are sitting hot on top of the Leadbelchers there, and there's some action going on. But yeah, Tamarkan really needs his Fleshy Abundance. I do like the army-wide healing, but I think it's worth the extra gold just to take the Fleshy Abundance to get Tamarkan healed up. Now, we do see the big old Man-Eaters, the Powder Guts caught in melee, but Plague Bearers are going to trade very well into them. Plague Bearers hit incredibly hard with almost 50 weapon strength, and now it does look like Witchcraft is going to be going down as Miasma of Pestilence is activated. Tamarkan going to be getting a small heal, and Fecundity is going to be very necessary here in this game. Leadbelcher is able to stabilize, but a couple Horsemen coming in for the charge. They're going to lose the fight, but they will tie them down for a moment. And honestly, Nurgle's grinding value back well. Really just need to keep Tamarkan alive, because he's having a horrific time this game. Nurgle being pretty aggressive, pushing the Leadbelchers back. Definitely going to need to call in some Furies. I think what you do with Nurgle is you save up about 1,300 resources, then you call in 2 Furies at once, and just really try and stuff them back. But getting the Man-Eaters in combat is very cost-effective. Nurgle does have the double objective situation, but a lot of shooting is still online for the Ogre Kingdoms, right? We do see the Ogre shooting here as well. Leadbelchers and Leadbelchers, all of it is online. Furies are going to be your best friend right now. You're going to want Furies galore to move out and really just give them the business. All right, so Tamarkan is now in combat here. Miasma of Pestilence activated here, lowering the stat line of these bad boys. Tamarkan sitting at 1,700 HP, but he is being targeted by the Leadbelchers, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like they are ripping shots into that bad boy. So Tammy really going to be wishing he had some fat heals. Nurgling's coming out, and it looks like a couple infantry units have rallied. No idea where they're going. Probably should be moving back towards the objective, but it is what it is. But getting down the expensive Man-Eaters here is very good. Another spell going to be going down, which is going to be triggering an army-wide heal. Tamarkan healing up a little bit. He does have Nurgle's favored son popped, which is going to be giving him some good old healing there. But in the middle objective, definitely this is a losing play by Nurgle. You cannot allow them to ninja the objective. If you're the one getting, you know, the face-to-foot style and getting blasted by all this shooting, you need to be the one holding the objectives. And I don't know, there are some Marauders coming up, so that should be able to stabilize it. This is good though. Fury's coming around the backside. Tamarkan sitting at about 1,000 HP, so getting very close to death. There's going to be another heal going down. We do not see any Fecundity activated. Oh shit, Steven Seagal is in there. He's going for the assassination. It is the Eshin Man-Eater. So it looks like Tamarkan probably going to be killed by Steven Seagal here. The Man-Eater smoke bomb does stagger Tamarkan, but man, he would be in a much better position if he just had Fleshy Abundance. Tamarkan blasting it. He is going to be popping the Feast of the Maggot Lord there, but it looks like the damage did not go off, or maybe it got procced earlier. I'm not sure. But Tamarkan is down for the count, and on the side, Fury's getting really good harass. Middle objective is being fought over. A couple Nurgle infantry coming in. And if the Furies can start to clean up some of the Leadbelchers in the late game, maybe Nurgle can weasel something out, but they're down by a massive amount. Really needed that Fleshy Abundance for a character like Tamarkan, because he doesn't have any self-healing, or, you know, really... He heals a little bit when the Feast of the Maggot Lord pops, but aside from that, it's not enough. So, Leadbelcher is shut down there. Fury's going to be feasting. That objective is under threat. Right now, Nurgle is fighting on this objective and holding objective number 3 as well. Leadbelcher shooting is back online. What you would want to do is retreat back, force the Leadbelchers to move up, and then you swarm them with Furies. That's going to be your game plan right there. But Nurgle does attempt to get this objective, but we do have Crushers on there, which are very good fighters. And Steven Seagal is kind of going balls deep right now. Yeah, he's trying. He's a really good assassin, and he's already got a couple hundred value from fighting Tammy. And he's going to be trying to go after the Chaos Sorcerer. The Sorcerer is a good fighter, but he's not the Lord, which means he doesn't have the Crown of Everlasting Conquest. So he's not going to have that free healing. Definitely just want to run from this fight. This is a losing fight for the Nurgle character. You got to get out of there. So a couple Horsemen parts in the objective. Throwing axes right there. Will Nurgle be able to get its clutches on these points? Really nice Fate of Bune over there, by the way, by that Slaughter Master of Death. So that is quite good. But it looks like this back point is going to be taken. I don't think Nurgle's really got much. They could call in a Fury. A single Fury right here would be very strong, actually. Be able to maybe rout off one of those Lead Belchers. Nurgle trying to use his Horseman, but now Blood Vulture is coming in. And ladies and gentlemen, I think with Tamarkon falling, the momentum of the Nurgle army is not going to be in play. And this map was probably a disaster for Nurgle. You know, any sort of a map with some sort of terrain or hills or elevation is going to give Nurgle a big fighting chance in this matchup. But this map was just a disaster and a half for them. The other maps they had access to, let me actually take a look and see what it's going to be. All right, so looking here and looking here. What's it going to be? All right, so we have two other maps to choose from. Eastern Isle Colony or Imperial Road, both would have been exponentially better. Changer's Madhouse, you have to ban that. But very well played to our GigaChat Nurgle player, by the way. Let's give a shout out to our boy Snickerdoodle. He made it to the semifinals in a hyper-competitive tournament and held his head up high. You know, he was a champ. So shout out to Snickerdoodle for the great game. I think the map pick and ban and not bringing Fleshy Abundance cost Homie that game. But otherwise, the build was fine. Just bring Fleshy Abundance, get a better map, and I think you can win that. That shooting gallery map was not your best friend. All right, so finals are going to be here. So let's get this. Host game is spectator, and let's do that. GG. Let's get it. Yeah, Lead Belchers are really good because they have an incredibly high HP pool per model because they're ogres. So it's really hard to actually like shut them down. All right, so finals. And who's in the finals? GG, dog. Okay. And now we need to see who won on the other side. Anticity's not streaming, is he? I don't think he is. Very excited for this weekend's big old tournament here. Thank you guys for voting. Okay, good feedback there. I think the direction we would go in the tabletop game would be like 40K. So there would be some armies that would be like horde armies, and some would be a little bit more elite, right? I think that'd be fun. Okay. So what is it going to be? Yes and yes. Okay, Anticity did win his game. He was able to defeat Bastos. And we're going to get Ant in there. So Tzeentch versus finals. Tzeentch versus Ogre Kingdoms. That's a fun one, actually. I'm excited for this. This is going to be cool. Replays, you can either direct message me the replay or go to the section called Replays for Turin. That's where I get the replays to cast from. Yeah. So Snickerdoodle, we were talking about that. Why did you not ban that map? Because the other two maps were much better for you. Like the Imperial Road has a tree line you can move through on the sides to flank their back objective, and then the Eastern Isle Colony has a lot of terrain and line of sight blocking too. Did it just kind of didn't maybe slipped past you that it was a big open field map, huh? What Friday? Oh my God, you did really good though. I mean, look, you got farther than me, brother. You did really great. You got to the semifinals and had an excellent attempt at it. So good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, I sent the finals code to these guys. Dominions. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, is it a tabletop game? Okay, so it's a board game though. I was thinking more of a war game rather than a board game, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. Dominions is an amazing game. Maybe I'll check that out. Yeah, I need to do more research. Any thoughts on modded factions? I think that someday down the road, Blake, when this game is very old and unsupported by Creative Assembly, that's when we come back and we play with modded factions. For now, I'm not a huge enjoyer of it, but yeah. No, Imperial Road is good because you can move through the trees on the sides, and there's weird elevations and hills that make it a little bit harder. You can also envelop the Lead Belchers because the map isn't as big, so you can envelop their lines much quicker. Yeah. That's cool, Anthony. Okay, so let me look at that. Okay, so they have a mini factory here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so Greek mythology. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm seeing this right now. Yeah, those are some pretty hardcore. Those, I like those minis. They might be a little bit over designed for me, but yeah, they're cool. They're very cool. All right, so waiting for Attack Speed Enjoyer to get in here. Next time, Snickerdoodle. Next time, man. You did great. Good job getting here. We're in the grand finals of the tournament, so we are here, and the Duel of Fates is upon us. Let's freaking get it. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go refill my water while we wait. So, yes. BRB. All right, guys. I've returned. What's my favorite faction? The Empire. Yeah. Empire, Nurgle, and Chaos Dwarves are my favorite factions. What's a matchup you don't really see? Would you want to think would be fun? Oh, there's so many, honestly. Any of the weaker factions are always fun to see. Like, I would love to see, like, Vampire Coast in the finals or something, but yeah, it's hard to get there. They have some really tough matchups. Been a while. How are things going? Dan, everything's going good, man. Hope all is well in your life, and we are just now getting into the grand final, so you are here for the Anticity versus Attack Speed Enjoyer Sweatfest. Dark Elves often make top 4, actually. We do see them from time to time. There's a couple Dark Elf players who like to go hard in the paint with that. There's a couple of those lads lurking around. Oh, where did Anticity go? He fled the scene. I think he's going to look at a map. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the maps for this finals are going to be... We have the Chateau de Roquefort, Imperial Ambush, and Dusted Steppe, Edge of the Darkwood, and Glade of the Everqueen. So, okay. He's probably checking the Dusted Steppe to see what that looks like. Because the other maps are very common. This is going to be sweaty. Tzeentch versus Ogres. I mean, Ogres are really, really strong, but Tzeentch does have some anti-large, and Changebringers maybe are good here if Blood Vultures lose the fight in the sky. I don't know. Dominion 6. It's a massive grouping of different mythologies in a multiplayer contest to become the Overgod. Oh, that's interesting. You're saying that's a game? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to look that up real quick. Thank you guys for all this. Dominion 6. Oh, yeah. Rise. This is a game old? Initial release date. Interesting. So it's... So this is the game you're talking about. So it's like an auto battler. Yeah, Phoenix, there's so many factions, man. There's so many. Would this be a game you guys would be interested in seeing? It looks like it's kind of new also. Yeah, so Dominion 6, Rise of whatever the hell that is. In Dominion 6, you take control of a powerful being that rules a nation and aspires to godhood. The type of pretender... Okay, let's see here. So 4 times... Okay, so it looks like it's a 4-by game. Land co-op. Obviously, the graphics aren't its selling point, but that's okay. How do the battles look? Okay, so the battles just... They just auto-fight. Okay. You guys know this game? Yeah, it's very like retro style. Okay, you can see some of the units here. Oh my god, look at those guys. Look at the models. Holy shit, those are like squid. Is this game fun? I feel like it could be fun. It looks cool. Holy shit, that's a lot of units to select from. You script your army, serious strat. Are you serious? So you like, how do you script them? You just give them like aggressive stance or whatever? Dominion 6, that's awesome. I love Dominions 4 and 5. Okay. If you guys like this, I mean, I'll give it a try. Map is Edge of the Darkwood. Okay, you got it. It's a real one? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... okay, please Remind me of that again. I'm old and I'm probably going to forget. But yeah, so Anticity says map is Edge of the Darkwood. All right. Edge of the Darkwood. There we go. And they're both ready. Dominion 6. Okay. Is there a lot of like funny trolling you can do in it? Like if you were playing with your friends, is there a lot of scheming, or is it mainly just auto battler kind of thing? How hardcore does the programming get on that? Is it like really wild? Dominion 6. Yeah. All right, folks. Grand finals. Holy shit! It's gonna be the Changeling. Yeah, Raksha harassed me about it. Thank you. Oh, Tokshin. That's a name I haven't seen in some ages. Oh, holy shit, man. Hope you're doing well. I remember we did some stuff like literally 7 years ago. Yeah, crazy. Good to see you, man. It is going to be the Changeling. It's a deep 4x game, and it's so cool because you can watch the battles after you scripted it. Oh, that's actually fun. All right. It does sound interesting. Is it really hard to learn? I think maybe I looked at it once and I was like scared off about it. Ents has the Changeling. Yeah, probably going to be Satang, right? Satang's really decent at shooting down like big stuff. All right, guys, let's get it. And let's have some fun. Players are loading in. It is going to be the Edge of the Darkwood, looking at the Tzeentchian army against the Ogre Kingdoms. Blues for the front line. Their hybrid shooting and ability to fight things like Noblars and melee makes them a pretty desirable choice. And of course, it would not be an Anticity game without Mass Forsaken. Tokshin, sounds good. Thank you, man. Thank you for all that, and I will absolutely let you guys know if I get into it. Yeah, shoot me a message in Discord. That'd be great if you guys have any feedback about that game. But Forsaken are really good shock infantry. They can honestly fight Ogre Bulls if they need to. The dual weapon Bulls do give them some trouble, but basic ones, it's not so bad. Now, we do have the Changeling, and the fact that he has a wizard, see how he has a wizard, means it's a combat character. So either going to be like Orion, it's going to be Valkia, it's going to be, Satang, for example. Definitely going to be that. Aecold Hellbrass to help grind on objectives, and that is going to be it for the Kraken King. Now looking at attack speed enjoyer, my first opponent today, who beat me and gave me some solid work, is here with Noblars in the front, Noblar Flingers in the secondary, so going to be using a lot of these little trapper guys. I love how they have like a kettle as their hat. I think it's very funny. But they're going to be throwing their pots and pans and whatever they can at their opponents. Iron Guts are very good against armored infantry, and honestly, these guys are basically a hard counter where they go. I was about to give you guys a cool cinematic, but Iron Guts are essentially a hard counter against Forsaken. Screamers and Centaurs of Tzeentch can drag them down, but otherwise they're tricky. It's going to be a Slaughtermaster of Death with Fate of Buna. Fate of Buna is there to counter the Changebringers, as well as Elite Tzeentchian Halberds, if there are some chosen, for example, and that's going to be it. So Chaff-centric army with 2 Ogre Iron Guts in the back, and Fate of Buna, and a Skirmisher core over here of Noblar Flingers, or Trappers, excuse me. So Trappers going to move out. Here they go. And what is it going to be? I bet you it's going to be Satang, right? Oh, what the hell? The Sisters of Twilight on their Eagle? Oh, shit. That is badass. I mean, they're really good at sniping Ogre Lords. The Sisters of Twilight can just sit there and do pot shots all freaking day into a Slaughtermaster and really put them in the can, so... Oh, so cool to see the Changeling in action and actually being used in a meta and being fun and dynamic and actually, being relevant, right? So 2 Forsaken going to be running up on the objective here, and they should be able to chase back these trappers. You got one here, and they're going to move up on the point like so. Try and route those guys off, and the Changeling's going to be conserving its ammunition. Very much a sniping build from Anticity. We have the Sisters of Twilight, and we do also have the blue fire spam, right? So there's going to be a lot of sniping going down there. And the back objective is going to be taken by the Noblar Trappers. But these things are not cheap anymore. They cost, what, 500 a piece, give or take? So if they do get killed and or run down, that's going to be a big loss for sure. All right, guys, Forsaken moving up at the point, but the Ogres are coming to get you. And in the back, it is going to be the Forbidden Lead Belchers. So Lead Belchers with their forks, they actually legit do launch kitchenware at you and like pots and pans and shit. So that's pretty funny. Hey, you guys love the Tactical Dong. It wouldn't feel like home without it, right? It would not feel like home. Aecold and Forsaken going to be heading up, and we do get the Forsaken arriving on the back objective here. In the meantime, the Chaos Sorcerer going to be attacking into these, and we do get Centaurs of Tzeentch screaming through the woods and potentially getting some very, very good aggression. So they're going to move in, and if they can catch those poor trappers, those Noblar Trappers are going to have a terrible time. This is huge, though. If Anticity gets a pick on like 2 of these, that's 1,000 gold in the trash can, right? Now, Changeling is flying overhead, and they're going to be shooting down at the Slaughtermaster. So, yeah, look at this. Anticity found the Ogre Lord and is going to be literally sitting in the trees and just shooting it with the Sisters of the Twilight Changeling. That's so freaking funny. Now, Forsaken have arrived in the front, but they are going to get Iron Gutted pretty bad. Cold Hellbrass going to be getting that bump and grind as well. Objective does belong to Tzeentch. And here, Anticity is going to be using the Sisters of Twilight to actually just take pot shots at the Leadbelchers, which I don't hate that at all. I mean, I think that's kind of a good play. He's going to be flying, Forsaken catching here. So, yeah, disaster for the Ogres in the woods. One Trapper caught, the other Trapper is caught, and the other one is caught here. That is 1,500 gold. That's going to be going in the trash can in favoring Tzeentch. So, that's the smart play. Anticity should retreat, secure his advantage in the woods, then use this force to Alpha Strike out of the trees while they then advance. That's what you want to be doing here. All right, so Anticity being very, very cunning here, and he's going to be moving across and still putting shots down onto the Leadbelchers. Honestly, attacking them in melee wouldn't be a terrible idea, but we do see Bloodvultures called out by Attack Speed Enjoyer. A Bloodvulture is going to be pretty annoying. Actually, a really good play by Attack Speed Enjoyer. Using these to chase down Anticity's very squishy Lord with only 50 armor is brilliant. But yeah, all these guys get folded up. That's a lot of gold of skirmishers that are going to be going in the trash can. But the objective advantage does favor the Ogre Kingdoms for now, and the Sisters of Twilight are going to be lurking back, running away, while Aecold Hellbrass battles it out versus the Iron Guts. He probably wins that, honestly. His stats are pretty nuts. He's got like 60 melee attack. His melee defense not the highest, though, actually. But the regeneration is pretty clutch. So Furies called out. Furies will defeat Bloodvultures, but Bloodvultures beat them if they do build up their Carrion Frenzy. But until then, it's actually a little bit better. So, Sisters landed on the ground, but this is what we were talking about. Wait till you win over here, and then advance out of the bushes and get all that cool shit moving up, right? So they're going to be coming for it. On the outside, Chaos Furies of Tzeentch going to be screaming on around. Yeah, they're going to be looking for it. They're going to be coming around the outside. Forsaken moving in, and there they go. Blues, not bad. Their shooting will be useful, but the Noblar Flingers of Attack Speed Enjoyer are going to be quite cost-effective against them. We do see one Leadbelcher online in the backfield, while the Sisters of Twilight are taking shots on the move, but being harried very effectively by these units. Here is going to be the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch. They're going to be coming across looking to protect the Sisters of Twilight up in the sky. Granted, the Kraken King is going to be getting his blue horrors to shoot up and provide a little bit of tertiary supporting fire there. On the backside, Forsaken and Blues providing some fire support, but Iron Guts, it's Iron Gutting time. So here they come. And the bonketing is going to be upon them as the Ogres do move in with their big beat sticks, and it is going to be Gotham's Reckoning. So there they go. It is beatdown time. Forsaken going to be taking a shit ton of damage right there. Definitely not their favorite situation. But we do have two Forsaken coming out. Bloodvultures do lose to the Furies up in the sky, and that means that the Sisters of Twilight should be back online. Oh no, Anticity with the tactical reserves! That's so unlike him! Oh man, he's leaving a very expensive 1,100 gold cavalry unit in the woods. That would just be absolutely crushing shit right now. So maybe he's doing that on purpose. I don't think so. But having them come over and kill these Iron Guts would be such a good play. But I don't know. We're going to see if he remembers. All right, guys. Up here, we do have the Changeling. Changeling's going to be sitting here and cackling. And is it going after the Slaughtermaster? It is not yet. Forsaken getting wrecked by the Iron Guts. Anticity with the Forbidden Tactical Reserves. He's going to find that later. How many of you guys have beards and mustaches and you find a piece of food that, you ate dinner earlier and you're like, oh shit, there's some pizza left in my beard. This is great. It's like a late night snack. That's basically what it's going to be like for Anticity over here. When he discovers that he has that expensive cav unit in the trees, man, oh man, is he going to be excited. But now we get the Changebringers coming out because Anticity has Air Force dominance, right? He's got the Furies, he's got the Sisters, he's looking really, really strong in disguise. But those Leadbelchers are putting in some work and actually killing the Changebringers here. But here comes the scoop. And they are going to be roasting a lot of these Noblar units. Very, very nice, as we do see the Sisters of Twilight moving in, going after the Leadbelchers. I think the next play would be to get the Changebringers to come in and finish off those Leadbelchers. Get rid of your natural predator. But, yeah, he's forgetting those Centaurs. That could cost him the game. If it ends up being a very, very close game, that misplay could be a bit of an issue. It's good to get it out of his system before the big championship this weekend. That's happening on July 5th. But, yeah, Forsaken grinding and doing very well. I mean, they'll rip up Saber Tusks and Noblars all freaking day. Fated unit activated on the Forsaken, while the Changeling, a.k.a. the Sisters of Twilight, doing an excellent job of keeping these guys in check. But, yeah, having the Changebringers just kind of able to do whatever they want is really, really brutal. And they are cooking, man. They're really cooking. Looking at the objective situation, we do see the objectives are 1-2 in favor of the Ogre Kingdoms. And he found the food in his beard. All right. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So the Centaurs are back. They're going to be cleaning up, and definitely is going to be a very welcome reprieve for Anticity as, I think this is going to be game here. If this freaking Slaughtermaster gets caught by the Changebringers, oh, that's so much damage. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Getting roasted by Zinchi and Warpfire. Now Anticity is going to move on top of him to make it even more accurate. And the Sisters of Twilight getting it done. The big scheming of Zinch is in full effect. Oh my god. And look at the Slaughtermaster. That's got to be GG. Yeah, it's got to be GG. Frost says, as a full-bearded individual, I've never allowed it to get that long where that happens, but I dread the day I wake up and you start snacking on the leftovers in your beard, yeah. All right, Slaughtermaster's dead. I think the Ogres are folding up on every front. Anticity, with his late-game reserve of the Centaurs back here, they're going to be able to help against the Crushers or Skystriders, and they're also going to die to the Changebringer, so I just don't see any avenue of a comeback. The Ogre Lord is shattered. He's at 1 HP, and he is down for the count. The Sisters of Twilight able to get it done. Buna is very good here, though. Fate of Buna is excellent against Zinch because of the Changebringers, but he never got the chance to get it off, and now he's paying the price. As the Changebringer is going to be shooting overhead and wrecking this 2,300 gold cavalry unit. Doesn't really get much worse for you. And the points aren't that different, right? Anticity is going to be able to close this one out. Fury's over here doing a little bit of chasing. Blue Fire also going to be reaching into the back of the Saber Test pack right there, so there you go. And, all right, GG, well played, right? Like, I don't see any way that you can come back here. The Ogres are just getting cleaned up on pretty much every aspect of the battle. Forsaken coming in, Marauder Spearman going to be excellent at keeping out the mobility that's going to be called in to try and deal with this late game, you know? It's going to be mainly mobile units for the Ogres, including Ogre Bulls themselves. Middle objective belongs to Zinch. Furies are going to get in there. They're at 5 leadership right now, and the Furies might be able to break them. If these Ogres get broken and chased off the battlefield by Furies, holy shit, that's going to feel bad. And they're shaken. Blue Fire coming in. Furies are not quite able to break them, so very, very good good thing there for attack speed enjoyer. But Forsaken and company are moving up. And for Zinch, the goal is just to hang on to a double cap, and then when you beat your opponent up so badly that you can chase them off the battlefield, you do it. So still wavering. Changebringers were unsummoned, so they were sent back to the Warp to replenish their Warp Fire ammunition, and they'll be brought back eventually. Waves and waves of infantry being called out by the Kraken King in the late game here to try and secure his victory and make sure he holds on to the points. Sisters of Twilight still sitting at 1100 value, not bad at all. Going to be able to put some hurt down on these Skystriders because they do have armor-piercing anti-large shots, which are very good against these guys. Yeah, very, very good. All right, Centaur is moving up with the Chaos Sorcerer, Aecold Chad Brass, also a great fighter. Marauder Spears, and more Marauder Spears are going to be getting called in. Ogre's just calling in Ogre Bulls, and the Slaughtermaster did come back, but I think at this point, the value difference is so massive. It's 11,000 against 6,000, which is so freaking brutal, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Ogres are a faction that can definitely come back from behind. Blue Fire, I think kills a model, maybe. Actually, didn't even kill a model, but did some okay damage. But Spears are on the way. Forsaken coming in. Anticity probably going to be calling in some Centaurs of Zinch soon as well. I think that'd be really good for cleanup. And, if you didn't learn your lesson the first time, maybe you'll learn it round 2. Oh, no, he's just going to call in Changebringers again. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Changebringers are going to be back as soon as they come off cooldown. He has 1,400. When this gets to 1,500, you're going to see the Changebringers. That would be my guess. If they're off cooldown from their unsummoned, I think that's going to be the play. Yep, we called it. Changebringers are on the way in. Those bad boys are going to be there. And this Ogre Lord is going to have to learn the hard lesson twice. Zinch has so many infantry up on the point. And these are Marauders, which spears. So they're going to counter the Saber Tusk packs. They're going to counter the Ogre Bull units. They're basically going to uptrade into all these different pieces. Yeah, that's a tough one. So, Sisters of Twilight, what are they shooting at right now? They're going after the Lead Belchers, trying to pick them off there. Really nice shot, actually. Gets them to the point of almost wavering. And Changebringers, yes, you guys ready for round 2? How many times must this lesson be taught to them, old man? Noblars battling it out versus Centaurs. And we do see the Dismember and Fate of Buna. Really nasty combo. Probably going to bring that unit down to the point of death. But up in the sky, Changebringers are cruising for a bruising. Spears are moving as well. Spears really trading very cost effectively, despite all the pressure the Ogres are putting on. And you guys ready for Gotham's Reckoning round 2? Oh, Slaughtermaster! He's like, I remember this from last time. He's having the Vietnam flashbacks right now, as he's going to be running for the hills at 27 leadership. And Anticity probably could kill it again if he really goes balls to the wall to try and finish it. Currently, Zinch is going to be passing the Ogres in points right now as another beautiful salvo goes down. And oh my god, that is so rough. That is so rough. He's at 14 leadership, and Nth is just all over him right now. Fury's being called in, which is a really good play because the intuitive play for Ogres would be Blood Vultures to counter this, but if you have Furies already ahead of them, then that's going to be really, really good. So, negative 19 leadership, and I'm loving the Sisters of Twilight play. Blue Fire coming in, And Changebringers, oh, dude, it's like Jurassic Park. Look at this. This is so good. Like, oh! And down he goes. Once again, the Warpfire Zeech is too strong. And that was a really funny shot, actually, seeing him running with the Changebringers flying behind him. We've all been there. So, yeah, getting your Lord killed twice is pretty brutal. The Changeling is catfishing that poor Slaughtermaster, yeah, for sure. Hey, Doctor, it's been a while, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, so coming on back, we do have the Chaos Furies coming on up. And this game's been over for a long time. But understandably, fighting to the bitter end, you know, is respectable when the game is close on points. But yeah, there's absolutely no way. What a good pick. What a good pick. We do have the Changeling here with 1,500 doing real good. And that's going to be all she wrote, man. Fun tournament today. We had a lot of good matches. I am going to go to the drawing board and work on that 2v2 tournament format. We're going to come up with like lore-friendly alliances and things like that. Maybe some unique caveats, and we will go from there. All right, so Changebringer shooting into the Pigback Riders, very cost-effective as well. And that's going to be it. GG, well played. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, please do drop a like over on YouTube. It helps out quite a bit. The old YouTube engine is mysterious. It giveth and it taketh. So if you guys support by dropping a like, it helps quite a bit. And thank you all for joining. That was really fun. Shout out to the Kraken King for showing why he is the #1 ranked player in the world right now. The Dark Lord rises with the off-meta tech of using the Sisters of Twilight to snipe the Ogre Lord. Beautiful Changebringer play as well. Just a casual 3,000 value on those, right? And the Ogre build probably just needed more shooting, right? More Lead Belchers. Lead Belchers would have been able to control the skies and do some work, but hard to say. Yeah, nothing in the Ogre army probably got crazy good value, although 500 gold flingers there. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. All right, guys. GG, well played. We will see you guys around. That is going to be it for tonight. Take care of yourselves, and well played to the Kraken King. Adios, do widzenia, and appreciate you all.